I brought my son to a comedy festival in Nebraska. It was Johnny Carson's hometown, and I was always such a huge fan of Johnny Carson. I wanted to show my son some history, right? They have a museum there and everything. So we went there, and we had a great time. And on before the first show, we were in the green room. It was me, a couple friends, my son, and then 2 comedians walked in that I had never met, so they didn't know me, and they certainly didn't know my son. And so they thought he was a comedian. And they were like, how old are you? And he goes, I'm 18. They go, oh, you think you're going to go out there and wow the adult crowd with your 18-year-old humor? Yeah? Is that right? Is that what you're going to do? Sure. Uh-huh. Going to tell them about how you live with your parents? And somebody whispered to me, they go, are you going to help your son? And I was like, nah, I sharpen the stick. I know how it pokes. So the guy was just giving it to my son, and he's finally done, and my kid goes, yeah, thank you very much for that. I really appreciate the advice. Do you mind if I say something I like about your act? And the guy goes, go for it. He goes, I really like how you smile at the end of your jokes to let people know they're finished since the punchlines don't do the trick. Everybody slowly looked at me, and I was just like, Daddy raised you right! So thrilled. But that wasn't even my favorite. At the end of the week, there was a former Miss Nebraska there. Just a lovely woman. She was like the town celebrity, so nice. And she invited us all to her home to have a buffet at the end of the week. And so we got there. It was my friend Joe, my friend Phil, my son, and myself, and we got there late. And there were no plates left. And Phil is from Canada. And I only tell you that to let you know that he doesn't care about others. So we walked in, and there were no plates left at the buffet. And there were 3 plates on the kitchen wall. And Phil goes, can I use one of these? And she goes, no, you may not. And he goes, why not? And she started crying. And through tears, she told us this story about how her mom had left Europe with just 12 plates and the clothes on her back. And then she met the husband, and they had 4 kids, and they all got 3 plates. And all 4 of those kids had 3 children of their own, so they were all going to get 1 plate. And Phil goes, is that it? And she goes, yes, it is. And he goes, well, I'm hungry. I'm going to get food. And he turned, but he had a backpack on. And it knocked a plate off of the wall, and it shattered. And the only thing you could hear in the kitchen was the clock ticking and this woman sobbing. And my son goes, God damn it, Phil, now she's going to have to kill one of her kids. I mean, come on. This lady went from crying to laughing, and she goes, oh, I like you. And my son goes, enough to let me pick which kid? This dude's like a superhero who doesn't know how to use his powers yet. I'm flying. Is that a wall? Smash.
Now, we all know pitfalls of being a teenager, right? So you have to decide which ones you want to warn your kids about and how you should warn them, you know? I think we've all changed how we warn our kids about drinking and driving. Now the message is easy. Call an Uber, call a Lyft. I'll pay for everything. There's no excuse for it to ever happen, you know? And I know all the people that I know have kids are very vocal about that now. And I don't know too many teenage kids that are drinking and driving anymore because of that, right? We're pretty clear on this message now. But there's other things that you know they're gonna run into that you don't tell them about. Because how would you? Like my daughter, look, one of the pitfalls that I knew my daughter was gonna run into, my daughter, my princess, my baby girl. The smartest young woman that I know. But I knew that my daughter, my baby girl, you know what pitfall I knew she was gonna fall for? You know what I knew she was gonna fall for? I knew that my daughter was gonna fall for just the tip. How did I know she was gonna fall for that? Because you fell for it, and you fell for it, and you fell for it, and you fell for it. You all fucking fell for something. If you didn't fall for just a tip, you fell for I just want to lay naked next to you. Just one pump. I want to know what it feels like. Don't shake your fucking heads. You all fell for something. And that's what I knew. I'm like, she's going to fall for that shit. And by the way, it's not that I don't want her to have sex. I'm not that guy who's like, oh, I know that's going to happen. But the tip is where the bad stuff comes from. The tip makes babies. I don't want that shit. I don't want babies. I'd rather have a guy say just the nuts. Fine, dude. Stuff your nuts in there. I got no problem with that. Stuff nuts. I'm gonna run for office under stuffed nuts. Looks like it feels great. Stuffed nuts. No kids. That's all I'm saying. It's so funny to see them do shit that I did. I remember the first time I found my son drunk in my kitchen, my oldest son. And here's the thing, here's how you can tell someone's drunk. You can tell they're drunk by what two foods they're combining together. Because if you're eating chips and salsa, you're not that drunk. He was dipping chicken into peanut butter. Sitting in the corner of the kitchen like this. And he was like, this is delicious. And he even said, I think this is how they discovered Reese's. So I was like, hey man, put the chicken and the peanut butter down. Get upstairs, dude, this is embarrassing. He was like, okay. And he goes upstairs. And on his way up the stairs, I said to him, hey, just so you know, man, that chicken and peanut butter, that's not gonna be good for you later. And I was right, because I heard that, we've all heard that, right? That late night run to the bathroom. Your body is amazing. Your body is amazing for this reason. You can pass out. As a man, I've passed out. Dudes have put their nuts on my cheek. They've traced their dicks on my forehead. They squirt shit all over you. You don't wake up. But you gotta puke and your body's like, and sends you off running in a direction, right? So I hear him running down the hallway. And then there's silence. And then I just hear, this isn't fun anymore. Silence, and then just... And my favorite, I swear to God. If you let me stop throwing up, I will never drink again. And then he did a couple of them, what I like to call my favorite, the silent scream. You know when you're like, oh, I don't feel so good. I don't. Ah! Oh, that really hurts my stomach. Oh, that hurts so much. I hope that never happened. Ah! But your abs never look better that next day, right? You're like, God damn! I need to do some more of those.
My baby child is so different than the other two because I was so tired. By the time I got around to her, I was beat down. And I was tired. And I let her do whatever she wanted to. And I've heard old women say 4, 5, and 6 raise themselves. I bet they do. I bet they do. Because I've let her do whatever she wanted to. I was so on top of my game with those first two. I was like flashcards. You're gonna make 100 on that spelling test. And I was up in school, I was room mom, and I was taking yogurt and muffins, and I was all up in everything. That third one came along, and I was like, can she read? Let me tell y'all that my people are down in Middle Tennessee. I told y'all farming people, and I was raised old-timey Methodist. And my people are kind of superstitious, and there was like no gambling. You could play rook. There was no alcohol in our house. Never had alcohol until my sister, until we were trying to get her married off. And she married this hoop-de-doo man that owned part of a winery, and so we all started drinking. And my little mama had never had alcohol, and she drank a glass of wine and got out of my car, and she goes, I can't feel my arms. But there was no cussing in my family. They didn't want any ugly language, so I brought that into my marriage, and my husband's people say ugly words. So I said to him, we're not going to have any cussing in this house, and I said to these children, I go, nobody's going to say anything ugly. You can't even say stupid. You can't call anybody stupid. You can't say but. If you do, you're going to be in deep doo-doo. And they listened to me. Those first two did exactly like I told them. Well, that baby That baby came along, and it started out with spell cussing. She'd come in a room and say, "What the H?" And then it went on to, "What's up, mofos?" My husband's name is Chuck. She'd go, "Chuck, you a-hole." And my husband gets so tickled and just gets so, and he'd go, "Oh my, you nut, you nut." And my oldest two would be like, "What?" She just said what? I know, we let her do whatever. Oh, all right, y'all. Because we are taping this. I'm trying to get in different material, and I'm trying to do new, and I'm out of my mind because I'm in brain fog. So y'all, bear with me. I'm trying to switch it back and forth. Okay, I got to tell y'all that with me and my husband being just me and him, we probably need to go to a retreat and learn how to communicate again. He traveled. He's always had a big job. He's an executive with a big company and stayed gone, and we wanted him to. I'd be like, "Your daddy's coming home. Clean up your room. Clean up your room. Everybody, dude." I mean, we had a ball when he was gone, honey. My husband's smart in math. Anal retentive, type A, hunter and a gatherer, you know, can kick a door in. I like that. Very, very introverted, very quiet, but very, very smart. And Is that Alexis? Are we boarding a plane? It sounds like we're boarding a plane. Is something taking off? If it is, we need to all wash our hands. What was I saying? Oh, my husband. Okay. So he has always been like he worked for Burger King when he was 14. They gave him a key. So, and he was getting an MBA at UT when I met him, and he's a little bit younger than me, and he'd already been out 4 years, worked, and then went back to get an MBA. I was just finishing up my undergraduate because I'm fun. So it has been a tumultuous, because if y'all saw my purse, y'all be like, her life is out of control. And he is just like that. But anyway, now it's just me and him. And if I could give you young people any advice, I know you hadn't asked me for it, but you need to go on date nights, and you need to nurture that. And I know everybody's driving in a car, and everybody's fighting, and everybody's got something in a crock pot, but you need to do that with your husband, because one day it's just going to be you and him, and you're going to look at him and go, "Who are you? And what do you want from me?" So I try to do fun things, and people say to me all the time, they go, "Do you let your husband travel with you?" And I say, no. The main thing is he's got to keep working. We need health insurance, you know? Everybody's getting their eyebrows waxed. We need to keep this going. We want him to work as long as he can. The other reason is he loves a hotel. You know, men love a hotel. And I gotta work. I gotta put on makeup and get on Spanx. And so I'll take him to a hotel, and he gets a glazed look over his eyes. And I find myself doing this. And it doesn't have to be a nice hotel. It could be a Scottish Inn. And there could be a bloody spot on the carpet where there's been a murder. It wouldn't bother him. But anyway, I don't let him do that. So around Knoxville, I try to do things for me and him to do together. And I bought him tickets to go see Def Leppard and Journey. Oh, y'all. Going to a concert is very different when you're 54. I went to school at UT, and I used to go to all the concerts. I saw Tina Turner, John Cougar Mellencamp, Rod Stewart, I don't know where I got the money. But in the 80s, honey, I went. Nick, I was so cute. I had on little bitty britches. My thyroid was functioning. I didn't care about food. I'd eat a half a can of tuna, and I'd be like, I'm full. But anyway, so I got us tickets, and my husband, I thought, we're going to have a date night. And he goes, I can't get there in time to go out to eat. I'll meet you at the concert. So he had bought a tall boy and an egg salad sandwich at the gas station. I know, I had to smell that all night. So anyway, I was hungry, and everybody at that concert was my age or older. And everybody's worried about the snack bar. And I was too. Journey was already on stage. Nobody cared. Everybody was at the snack bar. But anyway, Little Journey, we all go to watch Little Journey. Journey does not have Little Steve Perry anymore because he had to get a hip replacement. So and I loved him. They've hired this little bitty man who is yummy, and he's taking care of himself, and he's got little bitty britches on, and he hadn't eaten white flour and sugar, and I don't think he's done dope, and I don't think he's slept with nasty women. So he's hopping and doing and squatting and doing, and all the old boys in the back look sick and bloated, and they're going. But anyway, they were good, and we watched them. Then little Def Leppard came out. Have y'all seen Def Leppard? Still could sing like nobody's business. But that little man came out. Oh, that little man came out. And his little hair was down to here, and you could see through it. And I took one look at him, and I thought, thyroid. Because I've got it too. My hair's thinning too. And that little bitty thing's legs were that big. I've never seen legs that tiny on a man. Frail. And he propped it up on a little... And it'd do. And then I noticed there was a hump right here, and I thought, what is that hump? Oh, hernia. He's got a hernia. And I know because I've had one, and he hadn't had time to get a mesh put in it. I've got a mesh. Anyway, he started singing, Put Some Sugar on It. And my very quiet, introverted husband stood up and then sat back down. We had a ball. They were wonderful. And then we walked out of Thompson Bowling Arena, and everybody was walking like this. Because everybody's got plantar fasciitis. I've had it. Yeah. Inflammation in our feet. Y'all know what causes that? White flour and sugar. Let me tell y'all, about 2 months after that, I got us tickets in Nashville to go see Hart and Joan Jett. I know. Little Joan Jett. It was probably about 100 degrees, and it was outside, and it was hot and sweaty and humid. Little Joan Jett comes out in leather. And let me tell y'all, she's the size of this glass. Joan Jett. But she rocked it, and she has filler, a lot of filler, and it looks good. It looks good. And I've never wanted it until now. And I think, should I get my lips plumped up? Because what happened to my lips? My lips just sucked up into my body. I used to have lips. Anyway, so she came out. She was wonderful. And then Nancy and Sweet Ann and Nancy came out, the sisters, Hart. Ann's the oldest one, you know, the dark-headed one. She came out in a big pair of orthopedic tennis shoes. That's how she looked. You could tell she was hot and it felt good. And she was pissed. And she had on a long sleeve dress. And I get it. I don't want to show my arms either. She had on a long sleeve dress. It was 100 degrees in Nashville at night, humid, sweaty. She had on pantyhose with those big orthopedic, I know, and I thought, what in the world? And then I thought, compression. She's got on compression hose. But she sang like a bird. And then Nancy, sweet Nancy's doing okay. You know, Nancy's a little bit younger. She can still jump. But they were wonderful. Anyway, we tried to do stuff like that. And I've told him, I said, we need to build intimacy. And not your kind of intimacy. Because he, you know, everything just means grabbing my breast. And even if he hasn't spoken to me that day. And I said, I need you to speak to me. And I need you to listen to me. And I need to be able to share with you things. And then the nasty stuff can happen if you listen to me. But he goes, what do you want to tell me? And I said, I got to tell you something's going on with my bladder. He said, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. And I thought, that's odd, because I've had your children. And I went through a lot, you know. I had 3 babies 2 different ways. And that first baby was an emergency C-section, and I remember being in the operating room and scared and young, and my husband looked at me. He was sitting there watching it, and he said, oh my gosh, they've taken your uterus out and set it on your chest. And I was like, he said, it looks like a Cornish hen.
But I'm a new school parent. I'm a new school parent. I love being a dad. But all that means is I'm old, but I got young kids, 7 and 4. And if you're 65 and up, you're an old school parent. And I think you had it way easier because you could beat your kids. Now, I don't agree with that. But you ever notice our parents never had any mental health issues? Because they never held on to the pain, stress, and frustration. They were too busy releasing it on our ass. We were the first support animal. I don't hit my kids. Do you know how hard it is to discipline a child when you don't hit them? When you count to 3 and they count with you? I'm like, 1, 2. My son is like, buckle my shoe. Our parents led with fear. We lead with a little bit more love. Because if you're around my age, we all know when our fathers came home, it was an event. Everybody in the house was scared. And if you got in trouble and your mom said those words to you, just wait till your dad gets home tonight. Woo! I would go to bed at 4:30. Our parents were wired different. I called my mom, she's Korean if you don't know. She's so just blunt. She's always blunt. I go, Mom, I need a story for my special. Tell me a great story about being my mom. She goes, oh, okay. Oh, tell them how I wash your mouth out with soap. So funny. Now, if you don't know, if you're young, our parents, if we cursed or said something they didn't like, they would grab a bar of soap and shove it in our mouths. Not just that, they would talk to other parents to see what kind of soap they used too. And it wasn't the bars of soap of today. No, it wasn't the Bed Bath & Beyond oatmeal flavored soap. These were giant brick-sized bars of soap. You remember that? Dove, Ivory, Irish Spring, Dial if you were poor. But my mom's Asian. She kicked it to a new level. My mom used this soap called Lava. Now, if you don't know what Lava soap was, it was a soap design made for mechanics to get grease off their hands. It had little pebbles of rocks in it. I didn't even curse. I just talked back to my mom. She was like, hey, boy, clean your room. I was like, that's your job. My mom was like, what you say? What you say? I was like, that scarred me as a child. I never knew as a kid I would have to deep throat a bar of soap. Scarred me when I was older too, you know? I was hooking up with this chick, kissing her below the belly button. She was like, talk dirty to me. I was like, oh no, I don't do that. It tastes bad, it makes my mouth foam. I'm just trying to be a better parent. That's all, just trying to be a better parent. So I'm watching videos just like everybody else. They have this new thing called gentle parenting. If you don't know what it is, they say if you call your child over and they don't come, you go to them. Find out what's happening in their world. And then once you fully understand that, you invite them back to your world. Now, I must be a terrible parent, because I ain't got time for that. Right? But in today's society, you can't even yell at your kids in public. People think you're a bad parent. I think yelling at your kids is good because it keeps them out of trouble. You know, that's my opinion. My wife is scared. You know, people notice us now in the streets when I'm out with my kids. My wife is scared. She's like, somebody's gonna videotape you, put you on TMZ, and then you get canceled. And she's probably right, because people are so sensitive. So now I only can yell at my kids at home. I yelled at my son the other day. He made me angry. He was in his toy room, a room filled with toys that I bought. But he's not playing with toys. He's watching another kid on his iPad play with toys. Do you understand what I'm saying? He's not playing with his toys. He watching another kid on his iPad play with toys. I look at my son and go, hey man, why are you watching the kid play with toys when you can play with your own toys? My son looks at me and goes, why are you watching basketball? Go outside and play it. I didn't know what to say. I walked away like a bitch. I was like, I texted all my friends, I feel ugly. My mom got in a fight with my wife. Now, full disclosure, my wife, she cooks like once every couple, like once. So my mom walks into our new house and goes, oh, what a beautiful kitchen for no cooking. I go, Mom, you can't say that to my wife, not in my house. She goes, why? It's a true, it's a true. Then she looks at me and my wife and goes, do I lie? I look at my dad for help. My dad's like, walk away, son, walk away. Now, full transparency, that joke was on my last special. And the reason why I tell you that is because I didn't let anyone in my family see my special till we all watched it together. And I sat my mom next to my wife. Because I needed new material. My wife laughed, she's like, ha, 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 ha. My mom's like, ha, 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 so stupid. Now, I gotta tell you, Tempe, I did that on purpose. I wanted my mom to know that she couldn't talk to my wife like that in my house. So instead of having a conversation with her, I put it in a special. Because I'm scared of her. In my mind, I won. The clip went viral. I figured my mom saw it with us, so she knows not to say that again. I won. Checkmate. My Asian mom will never say that to my wife again. 2 days later. Now, let me let you know, my mom has a 72-year-old Asian haircut. You all know what it is, right below the ear, all the way around. They sign a contract. Y'all didn't know they sign a contract at 60. It says at 72, they gotta have it all the way around. Yeah. So, my wife got long hair, long, beautiful blonde hair. It's hot outside. My mom's sweating. She looks at my wife and goes, "You know hot?" Me and my dad look at each other and go, "Oh, this ain't good." My wife goes, "No, I'm not hot." My mom goes, "Yeah, because you have thin hair." Me and my dad are like, "Ah!" Now, there's a point in every man's life when he's married. You know that look in your wife's eyes. Well, there's nothing you can do. So I take a step back. I'm standing next to my dad now, looking at our two ladies. My wife walks up to my mom and goes, "You know what? I don't have thin hair. I love my long hair. And you know why I don't like short hair? Because it makes you look old." I'm like, "Ah!" My dad's like, "Write it down, write it down, write it down." Now, I don't want you to think, I do not want you to think my mom's a bad person. She's an amazing mom. But here's the thing about Asian moms. They never tell their kids they love them. They never show them any emotion. But when they do, you know it's real. I got married late in life. Got 2 kids. My mom never thought she would have grandkids. The other day, she's at my house watching me play with my kids. She's glowing. I can feel it. She's glowing. She calls me over. "I just want to let you know, you are a great father." Yeah. And then she goes, "And I am so surprised." Take politics out of it, I think the world is moving in the right direction. Look at all this diversity in this room. We laughing at the same thing, and that is beautiful. Like, right? It is. I have a great family, man, and I will tell you this. When you have an amazing wife, as a man, you feel useless at home a lot of times. Because if you do something to help them out, you usually mess it up, right? So all I'm responsible in the house is for snacks. All day long, my kids are like, "Can I have a snack, Daddy? Can I have a snack, Daddy? Daddy, can I have a snack? I need a snack, Daddy." So I'm the snack daddy. They call me the snack daddy at home, but the problem is they started telling their friends at school my name was Snack Daddy. So just like every other parent in this room, you have to read a story. You have to go into school, read a story. I walk into the classroom, all the kids are like, "Snack Daddy!" Teacher looks at me, she's angry. She's like, "Calm these kids down." I look at the kids like, "Hey, shh. You can't say that out loud, all right? Keep it to yourself." I read the story, and of course I brought snacks, donuts and everything. I give them snacks, right? I leave. About a month later, I'm talking to some parents. I don't know. My wife is making me talking to them. Their kid runs up and goes, "Snack Daddy!" Their parents look at me weird. I look at them, and then the kid goes, "Oh, he told me not to say that out loud." I was like, "No diddy, no diddy."
I've been thinking about something. I bet I'd be a really good dad if I was home more with my kid. You know what I mean? No, I bet I would. I really think I would. When he was 10, he recognized that I was an older father, and he was not happy about it. And it never crossed my mind. I never anticipated that. And I went into his bedroom, and I could tell he'd been crying. Puffy eyes, tears on his cheeks. I go, what's the matter, buddy? Because I don't know his name. I'm never home. What the fuck is his name? He said, "I've just been thinking, I'm 10 now, and you're 63. When I'm 20, you're going to be 73. When I'm 30, you're going to be 83. You're not going to be around for a lot of my life, are you?" I said, buddy, what's his fucking name? I said, I'm gonna be around for a long time. Don't you worry about that. I'll be around when you graduate. I'll be around when you get married, when you have kids. I'll be around for all that stuff. But you gotta make that happen in the next 4 years. Otherwise, yeah, you're probably right. I won't be around. He said, no, I'm serious, Dad. Dad, he doesn't know my name either. Nobody knows anybody at our house. He said, there's kids in my class in 5th grade. Their parents are in their mid-30s, and you're 63. I said, okay, all right, let's stop right there. That means nothing. That means absolutely nothing, because there's no guarantee in life. You don't know what's going to happen. You can't predict that. I said, who's to say that your friend's parents in their mid-30s aren't going to die in a fire car crash tomorrow? You don't know that. Or a murder-suicide. That could happen, believe me. I've known some. Some murdering clown could come into your bedroom tonight and strangle you with a balloon animal. You could die in a dentist chair, for God's sakes. Just give him a little kiss on the forehead. I said, you get a good night's sleep. We'll talk about this in the morning. If you wake up. But I love being a father. Do you know, he came in, when he was 6, he came into our bedroom Christmas morning. He goes, I want the truth. Is there a real Santa Claus, or are you guys the Santa Claus? What do you do in that situation? Do you lie to him so that one day he finds out you continue to lie and he'll never believe you again? Or are you honest with him? So I had to choose my words carefully, because my wife thinks there's Santa Claus too. So we decided that we would be honest with him, and his body just went limp. He was so distraught, and he was so choked up. I said, but it's bigger than that, you know? Christmas has a significant and profound impact on the global economy. You know what I'm saying? It increases spending, and that improves, you know, retail sectors and overall economic growth. And he looked at me, he goes, and does that include tariffs too, or is that something else, or? And he walked out of the bedroom, he was so sad. And he comes back like 5 minutes later, and he goes, and the Easter Bunny? Easter Bunny? No Easter Bunny. Tooth Fairy? No Tooth Fairy. And I said, the worst of it is, we're not your real parents. So pack up, buddy. Hit the road. My nephew's son's name is Echo. It's a California name. His middle name is Echo. Get this. This is the irony of life. My wife got pregnant on a pull-out couch. How did that happen? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I watched these YouTube videos of these kids playing the guitar and piano, and they're shredding it, and I'm thinking, oh my God, how are they so good? But I've seen it so much now that I'm used to it. It doesn't impress me anymore. I have to see a baby coming out of the vagina playing a fiddle to be impressed. Do you know what I mean? Mostly for the mother. You know, I gotta tell you something, and then I swear to God, I'll be gone so quickly, it'll make your head spin. You don't know what's gonna happen in life. You really don't. We were talking about that earlier before the commercial. And it's so crazy. I've lost a couple of really good friends in the last few years. And you know what that's like, unfortunately. It's devastating. What do you do about it? You can't do anything about it. It's part of life. You have to accept it. I had a really good friend, Tom Rajskub, best buddy ever. We were like brothers. And it's hard to talk about Tom because we were so close. But I want to keep his memory alive, his name. And Tom and I, we did everything together. We went to the same schools, same jobs, same friends. And a couple of years ago, he had a little something on his back. I saw him on the beach. I said, Tom, you should check that out. So he goes to the doctors, and they do a biopsy. And it turns out that it was inoperable, and they gave him 3 months. 3 months to live. How do you process that, you know? How do you make sense out of that? You can't. I just decided that I would love on him every minute for those next 3 months. We had a party for him. We had his favorite food. And we had his playlist. Sorry. And we had like everything that he loved. And we danced with him. And we We hugged him. We always said goodbye to him. And that 3 months came quicker than any of us wanted to. And he was still alive. In 4 months, he's still alive. In 5 months, in 6 months, he's still alive. And now he's embarrassed that he's still alive. He's avoiding everybody. 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, he's still alive. 11, 12 months, he's still alive. But then on the evening of December 20th, 2020, at exactly 6:21 p.m., he was still alive. But now he's not coming outside of his apartment because he feels like a fraud. Yeah, I get it. We spent a lot of money in that stupid death party. And here he is, oh, hey guys, what's going on today? What's going on today? You're going on today. You're going on and on and on. What's up with that? You're supposed to be dead. Got kicked out of 5 hospices. All those trips to Disneyland for free? What about the gift cards we gave you? We thought you would never spend. The watch you took back from me that you gave to me. What's going on, guys? What's going on? Well, get this. 2 weeks later, I have a little party for myself. He shows up to my birthday party wearing braces. The next day, he goes off to the Bahamas. I'm thinking, hold on, no judging. Maybe he's looking for a place to spread his ashes. No, he got a timeshare in the Bahamas with his new fiance. Well, guess what? 3 months exactly from that date, he did die, thankfully. But not from the disease, not from the disease. It was a freak accident. He got hit by a car. I was texting and driving. I did not see him at all, I swear to God. And I hit him hard too, twice. I slammed into him two times at least. That's the hit and run I was referring to earlier. Had it not been for those braces, I wouldn't even known as him. $17,000 worth of damage to my car. $17,000. How do you process that? You can't. You have to accept it. I had that car for a long time. I love that car. I had that car since 3rd grade. I was walking around. I didn't even recognize it. I come around the front. I notice that Tom's braces are embedded in the bumper of my car. That's how hard I hit him. And I thought, wait a minute. Look, hold on a minute. Why not leave the braces in the bumper, see if it straightens it out by itself? And it did. Take a break, we'll be right back.
I drove here in my minivan. That makes it really hard to feel cool, you know? And by the way, I used to drive a cool car, and let me tell you, when you drive a sexy vehicle around a hip part of town, you feel like, I'm the Wolf of Wall Street. You spend a few years driving a Honda Odyssey around a neighborhood called Pleasant Oak, and it becomes, I'm just trying to be more like those dogs on Bluey. I have to drive a minivan. I have to live in the suburbs because I have 6 kids. All right, well, you guys might be interested in my masterclass on responsible family planning. It's 20 seconds long, and it's called Just Don't. It's so funny, because I think back to when I was younger, people said that I should not have kids. They were very rude about it. They're like, Jen, you have no maternal instincts. You never will. You running a house with actual children in it, oh, that'd be a disaster. And now I have this big family, and I think back on that, and I'm like, they were so right. How did they know? They nailed it. No, guys, I had to have 6 kids. I am an only child. My husband is an only child. My father was an only child. My family tree was becoming a stump. Your annual family reunion should not fit at one table at Applebee's. And we went for it. We had 6 babies in 8 years. I said that at a comedy club one time, and a guy with face tattoos pushes through the crowds afterward. He had piercings all over his face, too. And he runs up to me and he says, hey, I really respect your alternative lifestyle. Let me tell you, when you announce your second pregnancy, people say, are you trying to get a boy and a girl? You announce your 6th pregnancy in 8 years, and people say, are you trying to get a reality show on TLC? What is wrong with you? So my husband and I just had a big anniversary. Yep. We have now been married 20 years. Now, those of you who have been married for a while know that as the years go on, you have to be intentional to keep the spice alive. So, for our 20th anniversary, I finally let my husband live his ultimate fantasy. I told him that for a whole night, I would take any constructive criticism he had for me. Okay, now you guys are pretty young, but when I say this in front of middle-aged crowds, there's always a couple 60-year-old guys in the back who are like, that is so hot. They're like, is there a place where I can just watch that on the internet? Like, that's what I'm into in this phase of life. No, that was a wild night. I haven't spoken to him since then, but... Now, this is the point, talking about kids and marriage, where a lot of people would make graphic jokes about how those children were conceived, how they were brought into the world. I will not be doing that because my husband is a very private person. He would have you know that we reproduce asexually. Like amoeba. He is so uptight about this kind of thing that he will not even send me any flirty texts. I try. A couple weeks ago, I texted him, hey there, looking pretty sexy today. He replied, received. With a period. I said, what are you worried about? We're married. He said, you're not thinking. What about this? What if we got into legal trouble and our phones got subpoenaed and our texts to one another were read aloud in open court? I said, okay, if that scenario played out, we would have a lot bigger issues than a couple of eggplant emoji. He hesitated to ask me out when we first met because I'm 3 inches taller than he is. And he said, I know a lot of women don't want to date shorter guys. I said, when I was single, I was goal-oriented. I said, look, if I can just find a man who is loving, who is supportive, who respects my boundaries by not asking me how much money I spent at Target, I don't care if he played one of the Munchkins in The Wizard of Oz. I'll stuff that man into a baby Bjorn. Take him out for a date night. We'll have a lovely time. You don't have to be able to ride a roller coaster with your spouse. It's not like a requirement, for a good marriage. People often comment, they say, Jen, your husband is so supportive of your career. And he really is, because he doesn't want to work anymore. I have a theory that on a deep caveman level, it is very important to men to be the primary providers for their wives and children for about 15, 20 years, and then they're out. I see these young wives on Instagram who are like, my husband completely provides financially for our entire family because for us, it's a sacred journey. I'm like, girl, you're in a relay race. You just don't know it. That man's gonna hit his 43rd birthday, run up to you, throw the baton at you, be like, this is your problem now, I'm out. This was surprising to me because my husband went to Yale. When I was dating him, I thought, man, if I can just get a ring on it, the minute we say I do, poof, all of my financial problems disappear. Single ladies, I need to inform you. Men have discovered work-life balance. So if that's the plan you want to get on, you're going to need to go for old money. A couple years ago, he sat me down and he said, Jen, you stayed home with our children for so many years. Let it be my turn now. I said, okay, so I stayed home with them when they were a bunch of screaming gremlins. Now you're willing to stay home with them when they are a jovial brood of free bartenders and chauffeurs. And we got a lot of kids, so he's got like 2 dedicated kids just to make his queso. You know when I should have known this was coming? A while back, he started sending me a lot more girl boss memes on Instagram. It would be like, girls can do anything. Careers are for girls. A girl could support 6 kids while her husband goes sailing with his friend Scott. I was like, is he making these? I will say he is a very frugal man, so much so that he convinced our children that there's a very special elf at the North Pole. This elf is in charge of quality control. And he puts his special bright orange little sticker on only the finest toys. And his name is Clarence. The kids would open their toys at Christmas and he'd be like, oh, darn it, did they misspell Clarence's name again? Ha ha. Oh. But Clarence is killing it. He is almost as good as the Easter Bunny's assistant rollback. He's like, these guys are incredible. I learned the hard way, do not let your very frugal spouse get gifts for the tooth fairy to give. My daughter had lost a tooth. It was time to set out the tooth fairy gifts. And I said, all right, what did you get? I knew it would be something from the discount bin at Walmart. So he pulls out his bag. The first thing he has in there, I swear to you this is true. Hand on my Bible app, I swear. It's a floppy rubber rat. I had so many questions, starting with like, where does the market demand for this product come from? You know, who was like, our home is not complete without, I don't know. I was like, okay, what else did you get? So he pulled out a bottle that had liquid in it. And I said, oh, is it a fragrance? He said, sort of. It was deer lure. Deer come to our neighborhood and my daughter likes to see them. And he's like, look, check it out. It says authentic female deer urine, guaranteed to attract a mate. Kind of genius, right? I said, I just have to take a moment. So this is where our house is now. The tooth fairy is bringing pee. And it's for hunters. So on the back, there was a picture of an angry buck with rifle crosshairs over his little deer face. I said, this is literally the worst tooth fairy gift in the world. But it was 11 p.m. and I didn't have any better ideas, so that is what we left. Imagine my daughter rolling over that morning. She's like, oh, what did she sees what looks like a dead rat and a bottle of animal urine with a deer that's about to be shot on it. I don't think she thought the tooth fairy came. I think she thought the mafia came.
My daughter's 18, and sometimes she can be a bitch. I am 47, and sometimes I can be a bitch. And there are evenings we're a bitch at the exact same time. And so I will say things to her like, hey, I think you should go walk the dog. We shouldn't be in the same house together right now when this is happening. And then she will turn uber 18. She'll be like, do I put this purple thing on the dog for the walk? I'm like, the harness? Yeah, sure. The thing I put on him every time? Go for it. And she goes, what leash should I use? I don't know. Pick one. We have 3 leashes, so the dog won't run away at different lengths. It's true. I bought a 50-foot leash to fuck with my dog. Let me tell you why. My dog is half poodle, and sometimes this dog thinks he's smarter than me, and I can't handle it. So when that happens, all the leashes are the same color, so he doesn't know which one I'm putting on. And I'll put on, yeah, it's pretty great. I'll put on the 50-foot leash, right? That looks just like the 20-foot leash. And I'll take him out, and he gets 22 feet away from me and turns and just goes, That's right. I'm getting some sour faces again. I'm gonna tell you something. I don't care if you get mad at me, but you have to fucking listen. I told you at the beginning of this, I always put a harness on my dog before I take him for a walk. So there's no way he would have gone, he would have gone, that is what I do. And then he's crappie flopping around on the sidewalk, and I walk right over and be like, what's up, bitch? How are you? How are you? Are you smarter than me now? Oh, you're not. I'm standing. You're lying. How about this shit? It's a 50-foot leash, not a 50-paw leash. Humans rule, dude. Just completely going crazy over him. So my daughter, we're back at the house. She's getting the dog ready for the walk. She puts a leash on. Right before she leaves, she goes, you're being a real treat tonight. And shut the door. And I will tell you, I hate not having a chance at a rebuttal in any conversation. So she knows that. She knows it's a button to push. She goes, you're being a real treat. Shut the thing. And I go, you're the treat. God, fuck! I was so mad. I was stewing in my chair at my house. And I knew she was stewing down at the football field, a block away where we walked the dog. And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna go down there. I'm gonna be the bigger person. I'm gonna go down the football field. I'm gonna talk to her, change the energy of the night. That way, when she comes back, she'll be done yelling at me. But it was February in northern Minnesota. So I put on my big parka, my boots, my big trapper cap that has fur all around the face. And I walked down to talk to her. I was about 40 yards away from her. She turned and saw me coming. She turned the other way, started jogging with the dog. And I was like, where the hell is she going? So I started jogging behind her. She turned and saw me jogging. She started running with the dog. I'm like, well, this bitch. So I start running behind her. She sees me running. She absolutely takes off. She is sprinting at full speed. She runs up a hill to the ridge of the hill, cuts back left towards the house. And I think, well, I'm never going to catch her now unless I take this angle right here. So I start high-stepping through the snow of the football field. And the only thing I'm thinking is if somebody is getting this on their phone for TikTok, I have 4 years of eligibility left. And I could be playing college football as early as next fall. I was moving. I get almost to her. I'm halfway up the hill, and she turns and goes, who are you? And I was like, that's what this is about? I thought she just didn't want to talk to me. She's been scared shitless for 360 yards. I had no idea what was happening, so I immediately just go, I'm your dad. And she started bawling and ran down the hill and gave me this huge hug with arms wide open. Huge. Humongous hug. She's weeping onto my jacket, but it's waxed for winter, so it's rolling right down. And I think to myself, what have we learned? We've learned that if you're a young woman walking a dog in the dark and a man approaches you, even if he has your father's body type and is wearing all of his shit, still might be a good idea just to start jogging in the other direction. Loosen up the Achilles in case some shit goes down. I wish it wasn't like that, but it is. What else have we learned? You are going to use geometry again. What else have we learned? If a kidnapper ever says, "I'm your dad," to my daughter, she is fucked. Oh my God, what are you doing running right towards me? I didn't take my hat off, I still had all my shit on, and she was running towards me. You can't do that. You just didn't know who I was. You have to take an athletic stance and ask some questions to confirm my identity. I don't even care what they are, just get down and be like, "How many leashes do we have?" Something. Chasing your daughter around a football field when she doesn't know who you are, it does change the energy of the night. And when we got home, she was no longer yelling at me because she was up in her room crying still. Sometimes a miss is a direct hit. I told you she's 18. She graduated from high school when she was 18. And her boyfriend is 19. He graduated from high school when he was 19, same class. That might be confusing because those are two different numbers. So I went to his graduation party and I said, "How come this kid's 19? Does anyone know?" And somebody goes, "Well, I think they held him back when he was younger so he'd be better at sports when he was older." And I said, "That is exactly what I would tell someone if my kid was stupid." And then somebody else at the party goes, "You know he's not stupid, he graduated with a 4.0. And that is true, he did. But he should have, he's 19. He's a college freshman doing high school homework. If you play wiffle ball with Babe Ruth, he's gonna hit some homers. If you roll the numbers back, you know that at one time, he was 18 and she was 17. They came to my house when that was happening and he goes, "Mr. Daniels, what's for dinner?" I was like, "I don't know, how about some chicken statutory?" They've been dating for 3.5 years, and she had not had a boyfriend or gone on a date or anything before this dude. It was just hanging out with her figure skating friends, so she had never been kissed. So right when they started dating, 3 months into it, he planned her first kiss, but not with her, with the 3 best friends. And the 3 best friends helped him and never told her. So if I ever go full white guy with beard, those are targets 1, 2, and 3. Just sniff this letter with powder on it. Try that. That's a big tool of the whites. Anthrax, whites love that shit. They send it in the mail all the time. So my daughter comes home from this evening that he has planned, and she goes, "Dad, you're not gonna believe this. Oh my God." So we're hammocking in the woods, and it was awesome. It was me, my boyfriend, my 3 best friends, and we're having a great time. Then my 3 best friends get up, pack up their hammocks, and just take off. I don't know what's happening. I am freaking out. So my boyfriend gets out of the hammock, and he starts walking towards me. So I get out of my hammock, because I'm like kind of losing it. I see him coming towards me. I have a hoodie on. I put my hood up. He comes over, and he goes, "Hey." And I was like, "He said, hey?" She goes, "Yeah." He said, "Hey." And I was like, "Well, how did your panties not fall right off your feet?" How is it that you are here telling me this story and not in the woods still getting pounded? I don't get it. She was like, "Dad, it's ridiculous. Stop." And I was like, "You're right. I'm sorry. So, hey, that's where we're at." And she goes, "My hood was up," and he put my hood down, and I didn't know what to do, so I put my hood back up, and he goes, "Oh, it's gonna be like that, huh?" And he leaned in to kiss me, and I panicked, I grabbed my hoodie strings, and I cinched him. How great is that? That's pretty good stuff. Listen, that's good thinking, but to me, the funniest part of that story is a teenage boy thinking that he has a slam dunk kiss, and he leans in, and then just all of a sudden, closed for business. I laughed at that for so long after it happened, and then I went on Amazon to see if they sell vaginal hoodies. How killer would that be? Just like, hey. He's actually a really good kid. He would be a great kid if he wasn't dating my daughter. But he's a good kid. He was over one time for a promposal. He came over and walked right into my house without knocking, like the goddamn criminal that he is. And he had a cake that said, "May I cake you to prom?" He also had 2 cupcakes. One said yes, one said no. And my daughter grabbed the yes cupcake. She was like, "Oh my God, yes. Oh my God, yes. I'm so excited, yes." And I walked through and I grabbed the no cupcake and I slowly backed out of the kitchen. I was looking around the wall, watching their interactions. And finally, her boyfriend saw me and he goes, "Oh, hi." And I go, "What do you mean, oh, hi?" And he goes, "Well, you startled me." I'm like, "I shouldn't have. I'm the homeowner. This is all my shit that you see. When you see this stuff, you should see me. Matter of fact, you ever come in here, see my stuff, don't see me, turn around, get the fuck out." And my daughter's like, "Dad, can you stop being a jerk?" And I just held up the no cupcake.
It's tough because when you have teenagers, you know that they get to a certain age and they start to think that they're cool and that you're not, which is a phenomenon because you raised them. You've known them their whole lives and you know they're not cool at all. And you know that you are, and yet you gotta listen to them like, "Oh, Dad, you're so out of it. Dad, you don't get it. Dad, you don't know how to download." It's like, hey, you don't know me, motherfucker. You don't know who I was. I used to be very cool. You know when I stopped being cool? When you 2 assholes were born. Before that, very cool. Way cooler than you will ever be. You know why you won't be as cool as I was? Because you're not being raised by an abusive, alcoholic parent. That's why. And that can change. You're not cool. What are you, 14? When I was 14, I was high at dinner. Every night. Look at you. You're not even high. I was baked out of my mind, laughing. Look at you all clear-eyed and normal. I used to get in a fist fight every day after school. You wear a helmet to ride a bicycle. Pussy. When I was a kid, only the really good athletes got trophies. Now they're handing them out to the white kids, too. You don't know. You want to tell them all the crazy shit you've done, but you can't. You got to protect your image. You want to sit them down and go, "Guess what your dad did in college? He had a 3-way. That's right, with 2 other guys. Or whatever. This chick was supposed to show up. She was running late. We figured, let's just get it started. Give her some time. Anyway, she never showed up. Or she might have. Somebody's ringing the buzzer, but we were so far into it at that point, nobody was getting out of that bed. It was Dick City, and I was the mayor. And I'll tell you something. Good guys. Good guys. I think the thing that really bothers me the most is they think that my wife is cool, and I'm not. It's like, really? Mommy's cool? She is. Guess who's fucking her? She doesn't look so cool with my dick in her mouth, I'll tell you that much. Mommy looks silly sometimes. Sex with my wife is pretty wild, by the way, because she's 57. I can't believe I'm having sex with a 57-year-old woman. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm 57 too. But I'm still fucking a 57-year-old woman. If you told me when I was 18 years old that I'd be banging a 57-year-old, I would put a gun in my mouth at that moment. And yet I love her. I think she's beautiful and sexy, and we have great sex, but it's existential. It's weird. I love my wife. I remember years ago driving home one day, and I texted her. I said, what time are you going to be home? And she said, 6 o'clock. And then she said, will you pick up some eggs? And I wrote, sure. And then I wrote, what are you wearing? And I got a text back, my cleats and my soccer uniform. And I realized my wife is driving, son is in the passenger seat with the phone. And then I got a text back, why? What are you wearing? And I threw my phone out the window. I burned it.
I'm doing so much old school, like 70s, 80s stuff with my kids, like 70s, 80s parenting style. I am a monster. Like my generation, veteran parents, you should know. When I do the stuff that you did, my generation looks at me like I'm a monster. Here's another one that I do. This is for the veteran parents. You're gonna love this. I lie to my kids. I lie to my kids. Millennial parents don't like it if you lie to your kids. Like, oh my, what? If you're a person of color in this room, you were lied to as a kid. Our parents lied. That was just a tool on the parenting belt. They lied to us. If you're a person of color or you're white and you grew up poor, you were lied to as a kid. I should tell you right now, my wife is white, okay? I have white kids at home. That's very important that you know this. You could fact check it on Instagram after you watch this. I have 3 white kids at home. I could tell my wife did not grow up getting lied to the way I was lied to. This is how I found out. Like, I'm an on-time person. I'm an on-time parent, okay? All of us, you don't have to have kids to get this. We all have those friends that have one kid, and they feel like they're allowed to be, 30, 45 minutes late to everything because they have one baby. And they show up late to every single thing, and when they get there, they'll put on that feel sorry for me face, and they'll look at you like, you get it, right? Because we have a baby. That's why we're late. We have a baby now, so we can no longer tell time on a clock or hold a schedule or respect your time because we have a baby now. You understand, right? And a lot of millennial people will feel empathy. They're like, yeah, we get it. It's fine. What can we do to help? That looks hard. What can we do to help? You guys could tell I'm not like that. I don't. They come with the feel sorry for me. I make the face right back. Like, I'm sorry. No, I don't understand. I don't. Did the baby drive? Is that why you're late? I would understand that if the baby drove. But you drove? You drove? Yeah, you're in charge? Yeah, we hate you, not the kid, dude. I never want to be that person. So I'm always very aware of like what time it is, right? So we're going to an event and I'm checking the time and I'm like, ooh, we better make some moves or we're going to be late. So I said to my son, he's 5 years old, I go, hey man, I need to see you with your socks and shoes on by the door in the next 2 minutes. Otherwise, we might have to leave you here, okay? That's what I said to him. And as soon as the last word got out of my mouth, my wife popped up behind me immediately and she goes, we would never leave you here by yourself. That's child abuse. And I said, what the hell are you doing, babe? Chop me at the legs like this? And she was serious, San Diego. She was serious. She was looking at her. She's like, you can't lie to him like that. I don't want you to lie to him like that. You can't lie to him. San Diego, I had to look my wife in her eyes and tell her that was not a lie. That was not. That was not a lie. That was motivation. That was motivation to shake his ass so we could get out of here on time. That's a real fight we had that day. You can't lie to him. I don't want you to lie to them. I'm like, he's 5 years old, dude. I'm not gonna tell this kid the truth every time I talk to him. I'm not under oath with my son. What are we doing? I was lied to. I'm gonna be honest with you, San Diego. I've been looking forward to lying to my kids. I've been looking forward to it. A lot of us were lied to, and I do not claim to be a parenting expert, but I will tell you, I'm 100% positive on this next sentence I'm about to tell you, okay? 100% positive. You could take this home with you, San Diego. I think lying to your kids is how you find out if you have a smart kid. I'm gonna say it one more time for the back, okay? Lying to your kids is how you find out if you have a smart kid. How long does it take for them to realize this is a lie? Like, if you lie to your kid and they continue, like they keep figuring out, that's amazing news for you. This is a muscle. This is a muscle. Start making the lies more complex. Let's work on this. Scholarships, let's go. But if you lie to your kid, and you can go to the same lie for days into weeks, weeks into months, you don't change one word and the lie is just as effective every time, that's also amazing news for you. Because now you know who's in your house. And you can get used to living with this kid for 35 or 40 years. They're not leaving. You got a dumb kid at home, dude. I was lied to. A lot of us were lied to. A lot of us were lied to, man. I could see there are some people that are sitting here like, when you guys are really laughing about this, they're like, oh my God, did you know the audience was gonna be full of abused people? We weren't abused. We were not abused. There was a purpose. There was a purpose to the lies that these veteran parents told us. And the purpose of the lie was to terrify us in our soul, scare you in your soul into following the rules that they asked you to do nicely the first couple of times. Right? Now you're not following the rules. Now they're trying anything to get you to be good. Now they're trying to scare you into being good. Okay? I have a vivid memory from my childhood. Right? Single mom, 4 kids. My brother and I shared a room. Okay? And one night we're in our room. We're supposed to be sleeping, but we're in there making noise, being bad boys. And I remember my mom came into the room and she goes, listen, if you guys don't quiet down and go to sleep, they are gonna come and take you away from me. They, just some nondescript group of people that's waiting outside to take us. It's terrifying. My brother and I were like, we should shut the hell up and go to sleep. They don't sound fun at all. When we were kids, 70s, 80s, 90s, you had to take your parents' word for it. We couldn't call our parents on their lies. We didn't have smartphones. We couldn't look it up as soon as they left. Hey, Siri, who are they? Who are they? Where are they gonna take us? And do they have snacks? We just had to take their word for it. My favorite part about this joke is I've literally toured it all around the country. And every night after the show, people will come up to me and they'll share lies that they were told as a kid. And it's like one of my favorite parts. Hearing kids that had my childhood. So I'll share a few of them with you right now. But when you guys were kids, did your parents tell you that it was illegal to use the dome light in the car at night? How? Every city in America that I've been to, yeah. How did these veteran parents get that one around the country? Pre-internet. Did they all just call a parent, hey, tell 10 other parents this lie? Here's the crazy thing about that one. So I'm 40 years old. If you're in my car tonight after the show and we need to find something, that light is on and then off immediately. Because as a 40-year-old man, I'm still not sure if that's true or not. And I don't want to test it. I was in Santa Barbara, and this guy shared this lie with me that I'm definitely going to use on my kids. If you lie to your kids, take this home with you. This guy's dad told him, he goes, if you ever see the ice cream truck in the neighborhood and it's playing music, that means they're out of ice cream. Stealing. Sorry, son, they play the music to let us know they're out. Yeah. Let me know when you see that truck not playing music. I'll get you whatever you want, dude. Yeah, I got you. Here's the last one. I was in Bend, Oregon. And after the show, this lady comes up to me and she goes, when I was 7 years old, my mom told me, don't ever give anybody the bird. Don't ever flip anybody off. Because when you flip somebody off, what you're saying to the world is that you want a strange man to come and shake his wiener in your face. Huh? 7! She said, I'm 37 years old. I've never given anyone the bird. I was like, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't. I'm gonna stop now. Is that? Here's what I found out. Lying to your kids is just a part of parenting. All parents lie to their kids. Just culturally, the lies sound different culture to culture, okay? And I see some white parents looking at me right now like, we would never lie. And this is every night, every city I go to, I could see the ones that are like, oh my God, I would never. Write his name down. I think we need the cops to do a wellness check on his kids. We would never. And that's just not true. Every parent lies to their kids. Just culturally, the lies sound different culture to culture. Like white parents, your lies sound different than some of the lies that we were told. Like I hear white parents lying to their kids at the park every day when I take my kids to the park. This is what it sounds like when a white parent lies to their kids. You are the most special child. You are the most special child in the whole world. Okay. Everybody on this field was a winner today.
COVID was like a universal trauma that we all shared. What a crazy time. Everybody's life changed. Things changed for people. I became a mom during the pandemic. I had a baby, which is wild. Thank you, most of you. You know what? I realize I get a different response depending on like lifestyle-wise and generationally, like who's in the crowd. Like if it's older people or people with kids, they'll be like, woohoo, you made a person. But like young single people, y'all be like, I see all your trauma come up to the surface. I'm like, I said, I'm a mom, not your mom. I didn't do it. But I get it, because we're having different conversations now, right, about parenting. Right, we're getting into it, man. Parenting conversations are changing, and they should. We have some archaic views on parenting that I really think need changing. Like the belief that it makes or breaks you as a woman to have a baby. No, it doesn't. If you want to have a baby, have a baby. You don't want to have a baby, don't have a baby. It's nobody's business. It's ridiculous to think it's anybody's business but your own. But I will tell you this, anytime I've met a woman that doesn't want kids, that is the first thing she wants me to know about her. The second she finds out I'm a mom, she's like, I don't want kids. Cool, I wasn't offering. I was talking about my favorite subject, which is me, and then you interrupted me with some you, which I did not request for this. But I respect it. I respect it when a woman knows she doesn't want to have kids. I do. I think it's a good thing to know about yourself, and I think a lot of people would have been spared bad relationships with their mothers had they known they didn't know what they were doing or feel like they wanted to do it even in the first place. And I wish more people were that aware, right? Sometimes it's a bummer, I'm not gonna lie. Like I'll meet a person who's a really good human being and they don't wanna have kids, and I'm like, damn, I really wish you did, because I wish there were more people like you know what I mean? And then sometimes people be like, I don't wanna have kids, and I'm like, that's probably the best for everybody. I don't think you should have houseplants. Like, I don't know if you know how to love, bro. We're having these different conversations that I feel like are so important because we're talking about things that definitely people that grew up in certain generations never heard of, right? Like we're talking about toxic parenting, right? We never heard that growing up. And let me tell you something, like I said, I'm Puerto Rican. I guarantee you nobody's cornered the market on toxic parenting like Latino parents. Woo! Man. Oh, look at us trauma bonding. It hurts so bueno, doesn't it? I'm telling you, man. We put the tra in trauma. That was us. That was all us. It was just Alma, we spiced it up. That's why we have to talk about stuff like toxic parenting, because a lot of us didn't even realize we had toxic parents until we looked over our childhoods with today's guidelines. I thought I was safe. I was like, nah, I love my parents love me. What's that? Yeah, they hit me. Every day. But only when I was doing kid stuff. Let me see that list real quick. Let me look real quick. Saw all the information they know now about raising kids, and I was like, oh no! I need so much therapy. Like, that's wild. I hope there's a punch card. Trying to explain therapy to Latino parents. Look at that, look at that. Look at that. That hit you right in the trauma, right there. Like, whoop. Man, I was like, I cannot sana away depression. Not how that works. If you don't know what sana is, allow me to explain. For those that don't know, Latinos have this thing that we say when like little kids get hurt. It's a little rhyme, make them feel better, you know what I mean? Sana, colita de rana, si no sanas hoy, sanarás mañana. You're all healed. One time my husband was like, can you translate that? And I was like, nah. Nah, man. Anything you translate from another language into English always loses something. Because the other languages are often so poetic, especially Spanish, such a poetic language. And if you translate it, it just loses all validity. Because translated, it's save, butt of a frog. If you don't heal today, you'll heal tomorrow. It's just passive-aggressive witchcraft. That's all it is. That's all it is. Save, butt of a frog. You have to say it in Spanish or your children will have nightmares. Like, you can't. It's such a crazy time to like be a parent because we're doing things so different, right? Like now you can choose your parenting style like you used to choose a Mortal Kombat fighter. Our parents only had one style. It was survival. That was it. They just had to make it through. But we chose conscious parenting, me and my husband, conscious parenting, which is annoying. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's annoying because it's not permissive. It's literally realizing every way in which you affect a tiny human life. And you have to be so aware of everything, and it's so hard because you want to fight them. You know you shouldn't. You know it's not their fault, but you find yourself getting frustrated at the craziest things. Because I would just be like, why can't you use a spoon? Give my son a spoon, he's like, no, you crackhead. It's just yogurt everywhere now. And the stakes just get higher and higher as you go along, what you have to teach them, what you have to be patient with, because now we're at potty training. Literally, there was one time my son made full-on eye contact with me as he pooped on my living room floor. And as a conscious parent, I was like, way to listen to your body, little man. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? He's a kid. He doesn't know any better. What am I, roll up a newspaper, bang him on the head with it, push his face in it? No, bad baby. I would call the cops on myself if I did that. I'm like, you gotta come get me. I finally broke. But here's the amazing thing about conscious parenting that they don't tell you. You learn as you do it. The more you consciously parent your kid, the more it heals all of your crap. Yeah, it really does. Because you end up parenting the way you wish you had been parented. I found this out in the moment with my son because we do affirmations every morning. I know, it's adorable. Don't get it twisted, it's Snoop Dogg affirmations. I want to thank me. No, it's a great affirmation. No, Snoop Dogg has a kid show. If you don't know, it's amazing. Yeah, right? Doggyland. If you don't know about it, watch it. He plays a character named Bow Wizzle. You're welcome. The songs all slap. You're welcome. So we were doing our Snoop Dogg affirmations, and my son has that cute little toddler voice, you know what I mean? Like that, like I was like, say I am strong, and he's like, I am strong. Like say I am brave. He's like, I am brave. And then I felt it, like all the stuff I didn't get. You know what I mean? In that moment, I felt that. And like, before I knew it, I was like, say I am loved. I gotta call your grandma. I didn't even see that coming, man. And it's so crazy now being a boy mom. Because the microscope is on us, man. We are underneath such a microscope, everything we do. And I'm fine with it, because I think if we change the game, we could really change how things work out in the world. I really do. I don't mind it, you know what I mean? And my girlfriends were on it right away. The second they found out that I was having a little boy, they were like, it's all up to you. You gotta fight the patriarchy. And I was like, can I teach him the alphabet first? I can, I just gotta be real intentional with it, you know what I mean? Like, A is for accountability, B is for bodily autonomy, and C is for consent. Repeat it to mommy. You have to be aware of these things, you know what I mean? And I think the thing that's hard now is that there's so many opinions on parenting now, and you don't know where to go, you know what I mean? And as a parent, it can be hard to take the opinion of somebody who like doesn't have kids, for instance. I found myself getting frustrated at people that would give parenting advice that don't have kids. And I felt the way that a lot of parents do. Like, if you're not living this life, how do you know what to tell me to do? Until I realized the reason why I should listen to these people is that they may not have kids, but they are coming from a perspective of a person who experienced a certain type of parenting. And I really had to think, what would my son say about my parenting? And what would I want him to say about my parenting? Not all of it. Some people are dumb. Don't listen to everyone. Because I did have a girlfriend that was like, you better raise him right. And I'm like, what did you think the plan was? What did you think? I think I got pregnant and I was like, I will raise him evil. Go forth and destroy my child. Of course, I want to raise a good human being, but I also don't like being told what to do. So the second she said that, there was a part of me that wanted to be like, nope. I was gonna, but then you had said what you said. Now I gotta make sure he has a misogynistic podcast by the age of 7. Just sitting there with some big old headphones like, as a alpha male. And I'm behind him with my problematic boy mom self like, that's right, baby, these hoes ain't loyal. It's just me and you forever. I could never be that mom. I could never be that mom. There was a lot of things that I saw people doing that I knew I wasn't gonna do as a mom. Like the one thing I don't do is boys will be boys. I don't do that with my son. It's too permissive. There's no equivalent for little girls. So I don't allow it. And you know, the parents that I've seen do it, it gets out of hand real quick. You just know it's gonna snowball to bigger things, like boys will be boys. He stabbed the babysitter. He's a boy. He's learning to express himself. And I know you're not supposed to judge other parents, but I do. I do. Only when I see them doing things that are detrimental to their children or to parenting in general. I can't help but pick up on that now. Like there was a woman who put out a video and it went viral. And this was the whole video. She goes, I'm gonna teach my son how to cook so your daughter can't trick him into a relationship with her cooking. First of all, don't nobody want your dusty son. First of all, don't act like a basic skill is something to brag about. And second, how long you been out the dating pool, ma'am? What do you think is gonna happen? You think I'm just gonna leave a trail of empanadas that lead to an altar? And he's gonna be like, oh no, I'm married. What kind of idiot did you raise? There were so many things, and when, me and my husband, when we talked about how we were gonna do this, that we decided we were just not gonna do, right? And there were certain things we promised ourselves that we would do. Because there was a lot to consider. Not only do we wanna raise a good human being, but also, my son is multicultural. Like I said, he's mixed. He's half Puerto Rican, half white, hard tea. That Midwest white hits different, you know what I'm saying? Like I know there's white people here, but if my husband walked in, even y'all would be like, that's a white guy. Like, you'd be like, I'm white, but that's unseasoned chicken that just walked through the front door. That is level 10 white. Don't y'all come for my porcelain king. There's a couple guys in the audience that are like, porcelain king. I'm gonna use that later. But I had to think about that, man. Like, my son is mixed. Or as I like to say, his DNA's been colonized. That is my favorite way of saying it. Because people are always like, wait a minute. She snuck in history. I have to think about that, though. Honestly, as the mother of a mixed child, I have to think about the fact that a lot of his childhood is going to be me explaining my half of his makeup and the history of those people. And I know he's gonna have questions, because all kids have questions, and I'm petrified. Because I don't know if you've heard the level of questions these children are asking, but these are Jeopardy level questions. And I am, quite honestly, not prepared. I'm just waiting for the day where he's like, what happened to the indigenous people of the Caribbean, Mommy? And then I just look at his dad. This is your time to shine, sir! My poor son is walking around like, I come from the oppressor and the oppressed. I'm the problem and the solution. Oh. I'm like, that's right, baby. Also, don't take no blankets from daddy's side of the family. If you got that last part, I love you from the bottom of my heart. Because the amount of times I'd looked out at an audience of people that's like, what's wrong with their blankets? What's wrong? What's the thread count on the blankets? I'm proud of my son. He's doing great. He speaks English and Spanish. And yeah. Humble brag. And really, look, if you're in the audience and you're Latino, Latina, Latinx, any of them, and you don't speak Spanish, that is okay. It doesn't make you lesser. It doesn't mean that people should make you feel lesser. I spent a lot of my younger years so judged because I didn't speak Spanish well enough for the people around me that I just stopped altogether and didn't learn till I was older. And here's the thing, I'm also third generation. And if you're third generation, then you know what I'm talking about. By the time I came around, everybody had assimilated already. So English was the norm in our household. When my parents were growing up, it was different. They spoke Spanish only inside the house. But that's because at that time, there was something called a gag law, where Puerto Ricans could not display a Puerto Rican flag or speak or sing any patriotic songs. So it was dangerous to speak Spanish outside of the house. So for me, I didn't speak it in the house, only spoke English. So I learned it from all of my coworkers when I started working. And all of my coworkers were Mexican. So my Spanish is very confusing. Because I'm a Puerto Rican who speaks Spanish with a Mexican accent, but uses Puerto Rican and Mexican terminology. My Spanish sounds like what a ransom note looks like. Like, people who are fluent in Spanish hear me speak Spanish and they're like, where are you from? I don't know, man, I'm trying to figure it out. My son does, he speaks Spanish, but he's nervous in Spanish, so he like whispers in Spanish. I know, it's adorable and creepy, huh? Kids do not know the rules of whispering. So they just like do it whenever. I'll be like washing the dishes and behind me I hear, siete. Mommy's gonna burn some sage now. Try to get the demon of Columbus out of you.
I was going to take both my kids out of school on my week to go snowboarding because I believe education is the most important thing except for short lift lines. There's my California people. But I'm still a good dad, you know, and so I'm going to go pick him up at school, my son. And I'm going to. Any teachers in here tonight, by the way? Yeah, good. Guys, I want you to know, if you're a teacher here tonight, you should be getting paid double what you get paid right now. Right? You know why? You know why? Education is national security. It's economic security. It's weapons security. It's security. Thank you for being teachers. Thank you for being teachers. But as much as we love teachers, I want you to know something. None of us want to go to parent-teacher night. So what I would do is I would do ambush parent-teacher conferences. I would show up at the end of the day to pick him up out of school, and I'd go talk to all his teachers, because that's where you find out who the teachers really are. You know, they've been dealing with 7th and 8th graders all day. They're just in the corner twitching with a red pencil. Like, I could have taken that assistant manager job at Target. At least then I'd have access to school supplies. So I'm gonna go pick up his work so we can go snowboarding, and he's snowboarding to do his homework at night. And he, by the way, he's 13 at the time. He's been telling me everything's going awesome. Because, you know, 13-year-old boys, they're so dead on honest. I go to talk to all his teachers. 5 out of 6 teachers, 5 out of 6 said he lies all the time, won't do anything I tell him, screws up with his buddies, and he's kind of stupid. And I thought, God damn it, genetics. His music teacher was like, he's cool. I was like, I'll give you a brownie if his grades get to go up. And I want you to know something. This is the 4th time this year this kid had lied to me. And raising a kid is tough. Raising a child in a good marriage is almost impossible. Try doing it in a contentious divorce where everybody hates each other's guts. And here's what it's like to be a father raising a son. My job is to make you not an asshole, but you are such an asshole. And I know because I'm 3rd generation. and I don't know what to do, man. You know, this is the fourth time this year's kid lied to me, and I'm walking out to the parking lot, and he's behind me. He knows I'm pissed, and I'm just like, I gotta inspire this kid, man. He needs an inspirational speech, you know, like something like Martin Luther King, you know, or JFK. No, Samuel L. Jackson. Because I hadn't thought it through. And he knows I'm pissed, man. And, you know, I'm an actor. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to scare him a little bit. He's 13. Time to man him up. Gets in his side of the car. I walk around the side of my car. I slam it. And the second my door clicks shut, I go, what do good grades look like? What? Say what again, motherfucker? What do good grades look like? A's, and what are you getting? F's, motherfucker. That school costs $8,000 a year. You're not doing your motherfucking work. I could have bought myself a motherfucking motorcycle. And I took my glass off and I threw them on the dash and they broke. And I thought, oh, you dumb motherfucker. Now be clear. I had never yelled at this kid like this ever. And I went from 0 to Samuel Jackson. Oh, and it had the effect. I look over and he's going, ah. And I thought, uh-oh. Good. And I drove home and I called my father-in-law to come over and help him get his math caught up because, you know, I can't. And I grounded him, put him in his room, and I was feeling guilty about 9:30 because I scared him. I went in his room at 9:30. Go, hey, I want you to know something. Listen, wake up. Look, you're 13 years old. You're this far from being a man. Do you get that? If you don't start doing what you're supposed to do and taking responsibility for your life's not going to work out. And he went, I think he was still trying to finish the breath from earlier that afternoon. I was like, hold on, I'll make you feel better. Hold on. And I went to the closet and I dug out the old box and I grabbed it and I was like, here, snuggle my Grover. Here you go. Your grandpa gave that to me. Don't touch the wings. They will cut you. And then the next day I got his ass up at 6 a.m. and we went snowboarding because you being a loser is not going to ruin my vacation. I learned that from my dad. But I made him work. I made him shovel snow at the cabin. I made him start the snowmobile all by himself, which is the whitest sentence I've ever said in my life. Yeah, and not the push button either. He had the ringa, ringa, like in the slavery times. Yeah. And we had a good week snowboarding. It was fun. We went snowboarding, you know, all week. Came home on Saturday. The next day was Easter Sunday. We went to church because, you know, just in case. And I was feeling like a good dad. I finally stood up. I didn't care what his mother thought. I was like, I'm a good father, man. You know what? I'm feeling so good. Here's what I had to fight in court for Easter to have my holiday. But I'm going to drop you off at your mother's half of the day. She can have half of Easter. I will see you in 7 days, son. Well, I continue to be the best father Jesus Christ has ever created. Very good sermon that morning. 5 days later, document this thick shows up. It says, I, Christopher Titus, am an abusive father. And I have to go to court because I'm not in the Trump administration. I get one. I get one. Come on. I get one. I get one. I get one. And again, I go to court, and again, before I get a chance to say a word, I walk into court, judge comes in, she stands up, Your Honor, he beat that child every day. I'm sorry, I beat him while we were snowboarding? Your Honor, he choked him repeatedly. That never happened. Your Honor, he said he was going to kill him by burying him in snow up to his neck. That's not how you kill somebody. You flip him upside down and bury him head down. You got to dig a much smaller hole, moron. Your Honor, he called him motherfucker repeatedly. Yeah, I did that. But Your Honor, he was screwing up school. She blames the teachers for his grades. I was just trying to wake him up. And the judge goes, Mr. Titus, this is an unusual case. Duh. It says that in the transcript. It says petitioner, duh. Be careful what you say in court, man. Because whatever happened between you and your son, Mr. Titus, your ex-wife took him to the school administrators to tell them what you did. Then she took him to LAPD to tell them what you did. Then she took him to Child Protective Services to tell them what you did. And the problem I'm having is none of these stories match. Now, we talked to your daughter 10 days ago. She says she's never seen you touch your son. Today, I get a note from your ex-wife, And all the N's and S's are dropped just a little bit. But it says your daughter's now terrified of you, so I can't use that as evidence. However, Mr. Titus, you just admitted in open court you swore at your son repeatedly. And under California law, that's considered verbal abuse. And I thought, oh, my dad should have got the electric chair. Verbal abuse? So, Mr. Titus, because of that law, I have to award custody of both your children to your ex-wife. But that's how it goes. I told you guys. Life, tragedy, life, tragedy, life, tragedy, life, tragedy, life, tragedy, death. I didn't forget orgasm. In fact, maybe orgasm's the only reason we stay. Imagine if it was just life tragedy. You know, you'd be like, I'm out. But every once in a while, okay. Okay. I'll hang around a couple more weeks. I get 3 more of those, I'll be here till Labor Day. And at this point in the divorce, I want you guys to know I had spent over a decade fighting for these kids, like my dad fought for me. You know, I spent more money than my father made his entire life. And I lost them. The one time I stand up to be a good father so he turns out a good person. I lost them. So I gave up. I said, okay, Your Honor, if that's your ruling, but I want you to know something. I'm never going to set foot in this courtroom again. So before I go, do you mind if I say something on record? Because I hadn't thought it through. He goes, do you really need to, Mr. Titus? You just took, yeah. He says, all right, go ahead. I want you to know something. I've raised those kids half the time for over a decade. They're who they are because of me. They do their work because of me. I make them responsible. This woman, I'm sending her thousands of dollars a month. She got the heat turned off in February. How is that possible? On top of that, I flew back and forth across this country doing stand-up, paying all these lawyers, paying all these bills, paying her. And you know what? I've never been late with anything. I've never missed anything. I flew back from Florida at 5:45 in the morning to pick them up at noon, and I've never been late in over a decade. And you know what else? You're a fucking real estate attorney. And I look at the bailiff, because I suspect they're taking my shoelaces. And Pete has his head in his hands like this. And there is a long pause, and the judge goes, "Are you done?" Uh-huh. He says, "I understand your frustration, Mr. Titus, but that's my ruling." And I walked out. You know, if you're going through divorce, especially with kids, and it's just contentious and horrible, people forget they're fighting for human beings. People always say to you, "Hey man, don't worry. One day the kids will grow up. One day they'll get older. They'll know who the good parent was. Just keep being a good parent. They'll know." And that's all I had. And at the time, my son was 13, and my daughter was 15. And I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to wait 5 years. He'll be 18, she'll be 20. And I'll never have to deal with their mother again. They'll be adults. And I want you guys to know, man, I was broken. I didn't know how to deal with it. And but I also had this other thing where I was like, oh, I get 5 years off. Oh, naive young Titus, no. Nope, 3 months later, document this 6 shows. She wants more child support. And I have to go, because again, I'm still not in the Trump administration. Still won, I just did it twice. Still won, I just did it twice. Still won. I didn't lie, ironically. And if you didn't get that, it still won. So I get this document from the court, show up, and I go in to see my new wife. I'm like, babe, and by the way, this woman who's with me now, my current wife, fought for me for these kids by my side for 10 years. She used to write the legal work for, like, to help me get it through, because she has a criminal justice. Yes, she's amazing. She fought by my side every day. And I go into her, and I go, babe, I just got this. We got to go back to court. My lovely wife, who's the best person I've ever met, looks me right in the eyes and goes, we aren't doing anything. I've done this for 10 years. You said we were done. You said we're going to wait till the adults. I'm not going. I go, you have to go. She goes, no, I told you I'm not going. I said, babe, after what I said to the judge, someone may need to drive my car home. She goes, no, I'm not going. I'm done. And we got in this giant fight, huge fight, one of our biggest fights. And I'll tell you why. I didn't get it. Look, if you're going through divorce right now and you've got rid of this nightmare, this person that checks none of the love boxes, this horror show, this nightmare that you can't deal with, but now you're wiser and you've met somebody amazing who checks all the love boxes, this dream. If you think this dream is supposed to help you fight this nightmare, you're an asshole. And I didn't get it. I didn't get it until this fight. I didn't get it to this fight. She won the fight. I don't like admitting that. She won the fight with 5 words. We're screaming at each other in the bedroom. And she stares me right in the face and she goes, I didn't marry that bitch. That's valid. But you did marry me. Better or worse, you always say you're a good Christian. Yeah, I pulled the pin out of that grenade. Yes, I did. And because she goes, fine, when is it? Well, now I have more bad news. So when you go file for a court case, you go to the docket, you get the calendar, you pick the date. My ex-wife, who knew, picked my new wife's birthday. You gotta respect it. It's Putin level. You gotta respect it. And I go, it's on your birthday. And my new wife did the scariest thing she's ever done. She doesn't move. She just goes, ha ha. Okay. If that's how she wants to play it. So I backed out of the bedroom. And we wait for the court date to show up. The morning of the court date, I'm lying in bed next to my lovely, beautiful wife, and I kiss her on the forehead. Hey, babe, happy birthday. Yeah, she did not laugh at all, even a little bit. And I got up to get ready for court. And I want you to know something. I'm not afraid of anything. I do this for a living. You know, I have my own company. I've jumped out of airplanes, raced cars, motorcycles, man, martial arts. I don't care. Nothing scares me. The wheel is stupid in court scared me to death because it cost me so much money and I never knew it was going to happen. So over the 10 years of court, I developed this weird PTSD where I would wake up for court and I would start panicking, anxiety. I would break out into hives and I would start shaking. I looked like Michael J. Fox with a strawberry allergy. What, he knows? And by the way, he's so uber cool about it, I think he would laugh at that. And if he didn't, I'd go back in time, write a better joke, then come back and tell it again. My favorite laugh is the shake your head and clap laugh. I'm not making this up. It physically, you can ask my wife, it physically manifests itself where I would just break out into hives. So I get out of the shower that morning knowing what I said to the judge, and I look in the mirror and I just see blotches just forming on my face and I'm shaking. I put my shirt on, I put my tie on, my jacket on, I sweat through it. Hard to sweat through a tie. And I walk into the bedroom and she's in her closet getting ready. I'm like, babe, we're gonna be late. And she comes out of her closet and she's wearing this schoolgirl vagina skirt. She's got these black leggings on, so sexy but so classy. You know, she's wearing the schoolgirl shirt, the little tie on, everything's pushed up, her hair is perfect, makeup. By the way, my new wife is an ex-Diesel jeans model who has 2 college degrees and now does stand-up comedy, so she's gorgeous, smart, and funny. Yeah. And my ex-wife isn't. Oh my God, and she was wearing these shoes. My God, the shoes alone snuggled my Grover. But I'm in panic mode. I go, what are you doing? And she goes, I'm gonna show her what she'll never be. I love you for many things, but your vengeance most of all. Feels like my birthday. But we gotta go to court, so we drive to the LA County Courthouse, the same court I testified against my father so many years earlier. May the circle be unbroken. And I'm in panic mode, and I walk into the courthouse, I go, babe, I gotta get it together. I gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta go psych myself up. She goes to the women's bathroom. I walk in the men's bathroom. Whoever was in the stall in the men's bathroom heard a crazy man talking to himself. Whoever was in there, this is what they heard. All right, just don't say anything. You're gonna say something. No, you always fucking do. You do this for a living. You don't know when to shut up, man. Just shut up. I'm gonna shut up. No, you won't. Whoever heard me, at one point probably climbed up on the toilet and put their hand on the stall door. Finally get it together as best I can. I walk out and I don't know how long I was in there because she's way down the hall. If you've been to the LA County Courthouse, it's long hallway benches. And she's so smoking as she's walking down the hall, everybody, men and women, are just staring at her. I could have Three Stooged the entire courthouse. I could have just went, pap, 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 pap. And I catch up to her at the family court door, Department 88. I remember the number. And I open the door and she walks in, click, click, click. And sees my ex sitting in the front row, and my ex feels it and whips around, and they lock eyes like gunslingers. But one of them was severely unarmed. And my ex lasted about 4 seconds. She went, shh. And then my new wife, click, 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 went and sat down directly behind her and just stared at the back of her head. And I swear to God, after 3 minutes, I saw smoke. But I got to go to court. So I walk over to the podium to sign in, and my best friend, the bailiff, walks over. How's it going, Pete? I guess after what I said last time, this isn't going to go very well, is it? And this dude who rarely spoke to me leans in and goes, hey, you just keep being you. That hasn't worked so far. At all. I need to be somebody new. And he sits down. Wait for the judge to show up. Now, court's supposed to start 9 o'clock. No judge. 9:15, no judge. 9:30, no judge. And I realize, oh, he's telling the SWAT team it's okay to tase me when I won't shut up. 9:45, the chamber doors bang open, and I'm about to puke, man. I'm just like, oh God, I don't want to see this guy again. I don't want to see this guy again. And I look up, and it's a new judge. No. We have to start over. She gets to tell her lies all over again. There's gonna be a new wheel of stupid. No! And the judge goes, Titus versus whore. That's what I heard. And I walk up and I go, Your Honor. He goes, don't talk, Mr. Titus. Oh, this started perfect. So, Mrs. Titus, you want more child support? I'm looking at the documents you gave me. I have 2 pages of copied taxes here. I want you to know, I can see where it's been altered because I can see the shadow from the whiteout. I can also tell it's been altered because these fonts don't match. On top of that, this number doesn't add up. Are you claiming both kids on your taxes? Because the order says you get one and he gets one. That's a federal crime. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to let the IRS deal with that now. The reason I'm late this morning is because I was going over this case. Do you realize you've brought this man here 108 times in 11 years? If you bring him here one more time, I'm going to fine and sanction you. Do you understand? Mr. Titus, do you want to say anything? I thought it through. My new wife and I went out and had the best her birthday we'd ever had. It was very expensive. The word Louboutin was bandied about. And I didn't see my kids for 2 years. But that's how it goes. Life, tragedy, life, tragedy, life, tragedy, life, tragedy, death. People get mad at this point. Orgasm. You said there was going to be orgasm. Don't take away the orgasm. You got a couple ways to deal with this life tragedy thing. Number one, people, you got to let go of your tragedies. You have to let them go, man. You have to, man. Did you know why? There's a new one coming. And it's going to be way worse and way more expensive. Also, you got to live between the tragedies, no matter what. That dream you had before the horrible shit happened, get back to it. That's all you get. You get one shot. And this third thing you can do if you want to is get involved in your tragedy. And that's what I decided to do. So, I waited 2 years, and against court orders, I called my son on his 15th birthday, because I'm a genius. They said, hey, you and your sister want to go out to dinner? And they both said, yeah, Dad, that'd be awesome. And I was like, oh, this is a trick. You don't know their mother. Shut up. You don't know this. So I went to the dinner, but I had a camera in my hair and a microphone on my biggest tooth. Hell, just pick a tooth. I took him to Cheesecake Factory. I love Cheesecake Factory. I always order the 2,300 calorie bistro shrimp. I'm sitting there eating it out of the wheelbarrow they serve it in. And I was enjoying the music, and I realized that's not music, that's Ethiopian children crying. They give you too much food. And when all this went down, my son was 13. He was this tall, and he had white blonde hair. Now he shows up, he's 15. He's this tall, he has brown curly hair, and I realized, oh my God, she killed him and replaced him with a new kid. You don't know this woman. I took his napkin after the appetizer to send a 23andMe. He's mine, and he's fourth generation. And I want you guys to know something. It was stilted and weird. You got to remember, they had 2 years of unfettered poison, where I didn't have my half a week to make things up, to prove that I wasn't always. 2 years of unfettered poison from their mother. So the conversation was ridiculous. It was like, how are you? What's going on? Are you doing comedy? How is school? Blah, blah, blah. And if you know me at all by watching me, I just said, you know what? Stop. Let's just deal with the reality of this. And I looked at my son and I go, you lied about me in court. You get that? You lied about me to Child Protective Services. There was no reason for that. Your mother dropped the ball all the time. I always picked it up. Tutors, anything you needed, I was there. Everything, all the stuff we did. And you lied about me? You know what? I hope your fucking kids do this to you one day. My dad was a gypsy. I look at my son, and he's going, ah. My daughter's just staring at the table. And I realized, good job, Titus. Now you're giving people monsters to carry. Guys, let me start over. Look, your mom and I got divorced. We did that. My God. You were 2 and 4 years old. You don't even know a time when the two people that are supposed to love you the most didn't hate each other's guts. And I want you to know, I know you love your mom. I don't love your mom. A lot. In fact, if you guys have any video of her like falling down some stairs, I'll buy that from you. And then I'll edit circus music behind it. Post it on my Instagram. But I want you guys to know you had nothing to do with this divorce. And if I did anything to make it harder on you, I want you to know I love you and I'm sorry. And you think fuck you's powerful? And I'm not being trite. Try I love you and I'm sorry. It's weird, man. People's circuit can't take it. Like, look, this kids, family, whatever. For 7 years, we've been arguing about politics. You've lost friends and relatives because of politics, stupid shit. Next time you see these people, you want that love back in your life? Just say, I love you and I'm sorry. Don't argue with them. Don't talk politics. You can't take it. You know? Now they're going to get mad. You're going to go, hey, man, I want you to know what happened between us. I love you and I'm sorry. And they're going to go, yeah, but you did what you did. I know. I love you and I'm sorry. Yeah, but you still did it. I know. I love you and I'm sorry. Yeah, but you did it. I know. I love you and I'm sorry. I love you, I'm sorry too. It's stunning, man. People can't take it. It's the best weapon ever. And I said it to my kids and I meant it. And in like a minute and a half, my daughter became my daughter again. It was crazy. She just starts talking like nothing happened. She goes, hey, tell Dad what you did on Saturday. My son goes, I'm not telling Dad what I did on Saturday. I'm like, what the hell did you do on Saturday? I'm not telling you. She goes, just tell him, dumbass. And I was like, oh, that's my kid. I go, what did you do on Saturday? He goes, I was at this fair with my friends, Dad, and this girl who likes me came over. She put her arms out to hug me, and I thought, aha, that's why they had me come to dinner. He got somebody pregnant, and I got to pay for an abortion. Here we go. I go, what did you do? He goes, Dad, I just stared her in the face and went, ah. I'm like, oh my God, he's never going to get somebody pregnant now. I go, all right, you can survive that. All right, what did you do after that? He goes, I didn't stop. I did it till she walked away. Ah. And I start to break out into hives. I'm like, no, you can't have this reputation at 15. You need to get this girl's number. He goes, I got her number. I said, you have to call her. Dad, we don't call. We text, Google it. Well, if you don't handle this situation, you're going to be Googling yourself for a long time. He goes, no, man, I'm just going to make it worse. I said, son, you cannot make worse. He goes, no, and he starts to panic. I'm like, hey, calm down. It's okay, calm down. Look, your sister's a songwriter, and I'm a comedian and writer. We'll write you something. Get your phone out. And here's what I told him to send to this girl. I'm pretty good with words. It wasn't a geography question. I'm the guy who also wrote Vagina Grifter. Come on. Hey, sorry I was so weird at the fair the other day. You make me nervous because you are so amazing. If I made you feel anything other than perfect, I apologize. But I gave that to a 15-year-old boy. He's getting somebody pregnant now. Nuclear weapon, toddler, go play with that. Go have fun. He goes, Dad, I can't tell her she's perfect. I said, you didn't tell her she's perfect. She's already perfect. You didn't want to mess it up. He's like, no. And he starts to literally panic. And I was like, hey, it's okay. Look, man, I'm your father. I created you. And I'm never, ever going to lead you down the wrong path. And I should have told you this years ago. Look, women need 3 things. They need you to admit you're an idiot. Apologize for being an idiot. And then give them a compliment. And my daughter's sitting right here and goes, yeah. So we type it in his phone, we get it perfect, and my son is so goofy, man. So he mad dogs me and his sister right before he sends it, holds his phone up and goes, and when he hit send, man, it was like somebody unplugged C-3PO. Put his phone down and went, ah. And he would not look away from his phone. So my daughter and I have a conversation. We ordered dessert. We had our giant car battery-sized piece of cheesecake. And all of a sudden I hear, what? She texted me back. My daughter, read it, dumbass. Grandpa would be proud of you. And he picks up his phone and goes, Dad, it says you were fine at the fair, no worries at all. Can't wait to see you again. And my son, this kid who'd been poisoned about his father since he was 2 years old, was now staring at that same father like I was Pimp David Copperfield.
I realized, hey man, you love being a dad. It's more than you. You got to keep saying that to yourself over and over. Because you got to remind yourself, being a dad ain't no like cookie cutter manual. Everybody do it differently. And then I found out you got to be compatible in parenting, not just love, in parenting. I didn't know that till we had our tall baby. I don't like a tall baby. I want you to say a baby for as long as you can, because you know what I'm saying? You want to do that daddy stuff for as long as you can. You pick her up and her feet still scraping the ground. She a tall ass baby. You walking down the hallway and y'all high five each other. She a tall ass baby. Get out her crib. You walk in her room, she be like, daddy. You be like, get your ass her shit, daddy. I be like, God, why the hell you talk like Ja Rule? What the fuck is wrong with you, tall ass baby? You a tall ass baby with a fucked up voice. And my wife, she like, no, we gotta convert her crib to a toddler bed. I don't want her putting her, like she gonna trip over and fall. But see, this is where the parenting thing come in, because she from Michigan, I'm from Georgia. So I say shit we say in the South. Let her ass fall out once, I bet you she ain't gonna do it again. But you know how women are, no, stop drinking. So I'm like, fuck it. We all do this shit different. But then they talked me into it. I did that. I converted the crib into a toddler bed. I took the front part off of it. Now the girl can walk all around the house wherever she want. You ever had somebody, you ever felt them staring at you in your sleep? You ever roll over at 3 in the morning and it's a creepy ass baby on the side of your mattress staring at you and you don't know how long they been there? They say some devil shit, swiper, no swiping. Get the hell away from me. Go on your mama's side, kill her first. Daddy, I peed. Me too, you scared the hell out of me. Get your tall ass on that end and help me flip the mattress. Having sex, the one times you get to have sex, the few times, it's few. I'm sorry, I don't care what nobody say. If you fucking a lot over 45, you unemployed. That's what you are. That's what you are. You're not gonna make me feel bad. You're not gonna make me feel bad. This once a month shit I'm doing, that's normal for everybody. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. You're not gonna knock me off that stand right there. But ain't nothing worse than finally getting a yes, and then you doing, and she looking that way, you looking that way, and you just getting all into it, and you see a silhouette in the doorway, and you don't know if it's a burglar or your tall baby. That motherfucker tall as hell. Who is that? But I don't want to stop, because, you know, it's once a month, so I pretend like I don't see the baby, so I'm looking at her. I'm trying to give her the eye, but it's dark. I'm like... Then you try to do that big man shit. My baby don't give a fuck. She be looking at me like... She ain't picking up on none of this shit. I love being a girl dad. I absolutely love being a girl dad. Then I realized that girls say stuff that they mama say, and you can't talk back to them the way you would talk back to your wife. You don't want to mess up their growth. Give them a complex. But how do you defend yourself as a man? Tonight, my big night. I came downstairs, I was like, ta-da, your boy looking sharp, ain't he? She said, why you wearing your pajamas? I said, don't fuck with me right now. This is my big night. Why are you wearing your pajamas, Lord? Kids, man. Kids. I gotta do these dumb dad jokes. because they want to know what I do. It's the sacrifice I made. Okay. What did the janitor say when he jumped out of the closet? Supplies. Yeah. Damn dad jokes, bro. What's fucked up when a 2-year-old be like, boo, boo. You sell drugs for a living. You ain't no comedian, boo. That's how we got this house. You a drug dealer, boo.
I finally sat my oldest kid down and I had the sex talk. And I learned so much. Very informative. And look, I know that we try to keep our kids from seeing crazy things on the internet. As someone who might be a few years ahead of some of you in parenting, I just want to tell you that when it comes to internet security, give up. Give up. These kids are going to beat you every time. And I know that there are at least a couple of people who are thinking, speak for yourself, Jen. Not in our house. We have internet security locked down. You were born in a year that starts with 19. And you think you're going to outsmart someone who's never known a world without iPhones? I get it, though. That was us. My husband and I both used to work in high tech. That's actually how we met, at a high tech company. So we called our friends who worked at Google and we said, what is the gold standard? Give us just the top internet security thing. They said, okay, there's a router. The router is the thing that broadcasts the Wi-Fi to the house. They said, there's a good one. It cost $400, but it is the best. So we got it, and it was the best. This thing was incredible. It would show, you could log in and see all of the different devices that were using Wi-Fi. So it would be like Donald's laptop, Lucy's iPad, Kate's iPad, and then the other, like downstairs Alexa, kitchen crock pot. I could go up there, and I could be like, restrict, when it was screens off time, turn off, no more internet for you, no more Wi-Fi for you. And as I did it, I would think, you know what feels amazing? Having parenting all figured out. I was like, I should mentor. This is incredible. This came up the other day. I happened to say, I said, in front of my teen daughter, I said, that $400 router was really key to our home internet safety. She said, that $400 router was a paperweight. I said, no, I know that it wasn't, because I would watch, like, turn off Wi-Fi. She said, Mom, I babysat for the neighbors. I had their Wi-Fi password. I said, is that why you were always over in that one corner of the house? She said, yeah, I got 3 bars over there. What kills me about that is that that's where our bookshelf is. And so I would see her spending hours over there. And I would think, I've instilled a love of reading in my children. My son went to college this year. He's studying computer science. I said, son, what instilled you with a passion for this field of study? Was it perhaps one of the many books I bought you about the founders of the sciences? He said, do you remember that $400 router? He taught himself how to change the names of devices on a network for 5 years. His laptop was called Kitchen Crockpot. And then he figured out to change the name of the crock pot to Donald's laptop. He tells me now that he would sit up in his room and laugh himself to the point of tears when I'd be like, no more internet for you, mister. Click. And then I'd go downstairs to make something in the crock pot. And I'd be like, this is Joe, this thing hardly ever works. What's going on here? Oh. Guys, I called the manufacturer. Give up. Give up. This was affirmed for me after a show one time. A young fan who is 23 now, she came up to me and she said, no, Jen, she said, you're exactly right. When she was a senior in high school, she wanted to send some wild messages with her boyfriend, but her mom checked her phone. Her mom had all the software, social media monitoring stuff. So what she did is she created a Google Sheets spreadsheet called Budget Finance Analysis. And she shared it with her boyfriend. So they could both see whatever was in there, and they would just exchange crazy messages that way. And I said, okay, wow, that's inappropriate. I'm glad you stopped doing that. But thank you. I mean, you proved my point. Yeah, thank you for that information. And as I walked away, I thought, I wonder if that's how I could finally get my husband to, like... He's a pretty analytical guy, you know? He might be like, I don't know, I saw that you use conditional formatting in cell C17. I mean, honestly, he would get excited. If I shared that spreadsheet with him, he'd be like, my wife created a budget? Now, so I openly admit parenting being so hard for me, I just let screens babysit my kids all the time. Oh man, our TV was on so much. I'm surprised the CEO of Netflix didn't call me, like, what is going on over there? I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying that we were thriving. Yes, at one point, I thought that the Teletubbies were personally communicating with me. I'm not saying it was like a great situation, but as a modern parent, you do what you gotta do to survive. And then people would be like, Jen, your generation is so lazy. You know, your great-grandmother's generation, they raised all of these kids without ever once using a screen. To which I say, yeah, they had something that we don't have, and that is called outside. My great-grandmother never saw her kids. They'd take the family shotgun, head out into the woods, spend all day hunting small animals for her to skin and cook up for dinner. My homeowners association has policies against that. So it's gonna be 5 hours of Paw Patrol today. We didn't even have the good shows. We were the Dora the Explorer era. You guys know, Dora? Okay. I have a Pavlovian response to that name. I just start. There's a character on Dora called the Map. He introduces himself with the same song every time. Let me see if I can remember these lyrics. It'll be hard. It'll be hard. Lord be with me. I'll see if I can do it. I think it's, I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map, what's next? Oh, I'm the map. And then it just ends with, I'm the map. Somebody got paid to write that. In their defense, I have been that hungover at work. You're like, let's just copy paste. Maybe nobody will notice. Let me tell you, you hear that 17 times in one day, and you start getting philosophical. I was like, who are you trying to convince you're the map? Is it us or perhaps yourself? Deep down inside, are you scared that you're just a chart? Thomas, we had Thomas the Train. Hang on. Did you ever notice that the only compliment the narrator ever gives those little trains is that they're useful? It's like, Thomas was a very useful engine. Polly was a very useful engine. I'm like, what happens to them if they stop becoming useful as workers? I thought, I'm getting very communist vibes from this show. Don't get me wrong, I still let my kids watch it. They'd start screaming, hitting each other with the naked Barbies. I'd be like, children, let us check in with Comrade Thomas today. I finally figured out the right way to let screens babysit your kids. You gotta break out the good stuff. You see, back in my day, we had a roadrunner and a coyote who dropped anvils on each other's heads. We had a guy named He-Man who got amazing powers by holding up a piece of metal in a lightning storm. And we had a cat and mouse who ran around a house all day chasing each other with meat cleavers. Today, the plot of literally every children's TV show is, this character has a group of supportive friends. And they recycle. They won't stream the good stuff anymore, so I wised up and I bought some bootleg copies on eBay of some old cartoons. Let me just tell you, the first time I popped in a 1976 Looney Tunes, my 8-year-old son saw one character light a stick of TNT, throw it at his enemy. The enemy comes running back on fire, shooting 3 bazookas at once. My son turned around and said, "You have been holding out on me." I use TV for all sorts of stuff. Because I'd never seen this life that I'm living done, I turned to the TV for inspiration for myself. I openly admit, I actually, I learned a lot about what it means to be a mom from that classic TV show that makes having a big family look like so much fun. You know, Game of Thrones? Oh, that was very inspiring to me. I would watch that show and I'd be like, nobody asks those moms what they do all day. I don't see them having to make a meal plan. I said, these women on this show, man, they get involved in everyone's drama so that all their kids can marry rich and nobody in this family ever has to work again. I'm like, that is a model of motherhood I can get into. I realized I'm not a stay-at-home mom, I'm a stay-at-home matriarch. And I think that's the biggest thing I've learned from this wild ride of being someone not at all cut out to have kids, and yet I have this big family, is whether you're a parent or you're an aunt or an uncle, if you work with kids in any capacity, you have to connect with them in a way that is authentic to you, even if it looks a little different. And it took me a while to learn this. When I was a young mom, I thought that all moms were supposed to do glitter crafts with kids. I very quickly learned that if I ever do glitter crafts with young children again, the only result of that's going to be that I will be the most sparkly person in the psych ward. Cannot do it. But I realized, look, if it involving your family in some absolutely grandiose plan that sounds amazing and exciting, and you have not thought through any details about how you are actually going to make this happen, I am your woman. So for my first comedy tour, I wanted to go on tour, but I had no agent, I had no manager, nobody would book me anywhere. I had people hang up on me. So I decided that I would just rent theaters all across the country on my own on my personal credit card. And I did it. Then I realized I spent all my money renting the theaters, and I had no money left over for staff. So I turned to the age-old tradition of child labor. I would knock on my kid's door like, "Hey, honey, do you want tater tots with dinner? And do you want to manage a national theater tour?" And honestly, it was this great bonding thing between me and my kids. A little different, but it really worked. And they got so much mileage out of this experience. Can you even imagine? After that summer, when they reconnected with their little friends, their friends would be like, What did you do this summer? I rode the big slide at the water park. My kids were like, so I was in Toledo and the guys put the 36C gels on the lights, and I'm like, why do I even have a rider if you people aren't gonna read it? They're still getting mileage. They're still getting mileage out of that. So I started to just involve them in my career. I realized you don't have to put up these rigid walls between work life and family life. And so they were actually involved in one of the biggest decisions of my career. Some of you guys know about my background of being a daily SiriusXM talk radio host. Well, you know how that ends. So in consultation with my kids, we decided together that I would quit that job to pursue my dream of doing stand-up comedy touring full time. In March of 2020. No, I had some great shows in 2020 in front of the bathroom mirror. Granted, the audience was really drunk. Okay, here's actually something really funny about that. At the beginning of that year, my kids told me that I should make a vision board for what I want from my life. And they said, what you do is you take a piece of cardboard, you put pictures on it of what you want in your life. And one of my daughters said, so one of my friends says that whatever you put on your vision board will manifest. And she's from a hippie family. And I said, hey, we do not believe in manifesting. And they said, oh, because we're Catholic? I said, no, because I had a whole vision wall for Marky Mark back in the day. And he never showed up at my house, so that doesn't work. But I said, sure, I'll do it for inspiration. So I printed out pictures from the internet of all these different theaters and clubs that I wanted to tour to. And all of the pictures were from standing on the stage and then looking out at the venue. Very inspiring. So I filled the vision board. This is my tour. I put in big, huge letters, 2020 at the top, and I hung it up, and you know what happened next. I was like, okay, well, you can tell your hippie friend how this worked out. I think we know whose religion is the right one now. Then one day, that friend was over at our house, and she pointed something out. Do you know what kind of pictures venues have to put of their establishments on the internet? Can't have people in it for legal reasons. My 2020 vision board, she looks at it and says, Mrs. Fulwiler, your vision board is all of these theaters all over the country being empty. My kids were like, bro, mom manifested the pandemic. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, guys. My bad.
A really strange thing happens to you when you become a father, which is that you just sort of drift into the background of your family and you become wallpaper. There's 4 members of my family, and I'm in 4th place. Growing up, my dad would always say, I'm the LVP of our family. And I'd say, no, you're not. You're just a fucking drama queen. But now that I'm a dad, I so get it. I so get it. My wife's happiness, my boy's happiness, it genuinely matters more to me than my own. As a father, your job is to pay for everything and shut the fuck up about it. But it really dings your psyche to go from first place to last so quickly. It really messes with your head, and that's why all of our dads were so fucking weird. Everyone in this room's dad was so weird. Growing up, my dad would get up every morning at 4 a.m. and take a bath. That's weird. That's really weird. But now that I'm a father, I've never understood anything so much in my entire life. I'm like, Dad, yes, get your fucking bath time, dude. Because you know what never asked for a piece of bread with peanut butter on it, and then when you gave it to them, said that they didn't like peanut butter or bread? The sunrise never did that, and neither did that fucking bath. Here's my thing. Here's how I've changed. Now that I'm a father, I can't talk to waiters fast enough. I just want a dialogue with every waiter. I want to see and be seen by waiters. And I was never rude before, but it was perfunctory. I was just trying to get the food or whatever. But now, I just want to talk. That's how lonely I am. Like if I clean my plate, you know what I mean? Like I enjoyed the meal or whatever, and the waiter comes to retrieve it, I'm the guy now who's just like, guess I didn't like that at all. Like, what the fuck happened to me? I used to be kind of cool. Here's my move. Here's my opening line with waiters. Here's what I do. I'll say, hey, what's good to eat here? Yeah, I put the ball on their court. Hey, what do you like to eat here? What a culinary trust fall that is. You know, it's a thrill ride. Because you have to eat whatever they suggest after asking them. What kind of fucking maniac asks the waiter what's good to eat here and then summarily rejects whatever they say? Hey man, what's good to eat at this restaurant? What do you like? Oh my God, out of all the restaurants I've ever worked at, the chef does the best fish and chips I've ever had in my entire life. Oh really? I'll get the BLT, you fucking idiot. We're landlocked, Kenny. What is the chef, a wizard with frozen cod? Suck my dick. The fuck out of here. But here's the thing, you don't even have to be at a sit-down restaurant to pull that move. You can pull it anywhere if you're lonely enough. The other day, I was at a Jimmy John's. I broke it out. At the kid working, I go, hey man, what's good at this Jimmy John's? Hey dude, what do you like at this Jimmy John's? He thought about it for a second, he was like, the chips. He couldn't think of a single sandwich he was willing to get behind. But he was all in on the chips, and everyone in this room knows he's fucking right. Those chips are delicious. They're crunchy, they're not too greasy, there's a lot of them. One bag of Jimmy John's chips is almost enough to make you forget about that photo of the CEO shooting an elephant. Jimmy John's, where the secret ingredient is ivory. I'll do it again. Jimmy John's, where the secret ingredient is ivory. That's the teaser. That's the teaser. I could feel it. Chop it up. Send it to Netflix. They'll be like, no thanks. That desire to be seen and recognized as a father, I don't think it gets better with time. I think just the opposite. It only gets worse. Because I was recently at an ice cream shop with my son, and we walked in, and the only other customers in the shop were some grandparents who had a grandchild about my son's age, and the kid working the register. And they were in line in front of us, and the little boy in line in front of us had to go to the bathroom, and the grandmother took him to the bathroom, leaving the grandfather alone, and it was this dude's time to shine. And he looked to make sure that the door had shut. And we waited till it closed, and then he just leaned in, and he goes, you know, I used to work at an ice cream shop, too. Yeah, Rhode Island, 1969. And the girl looked at him like, I'm 15 and don't understand what's happening right now. And he goes, let me ask you something. My grandson, he's gonna spill all down the front of his shirt and make a goddamn mess. You guys got a bib back there I could put on him, maybe try to salvage the situation a little bit? She's like, bibs? No, we don't have bibs. I could give you 100 and possibly thin napkins. And he was like, don't have any bibs? Don't have any bibs? Okay, all right. How about this? Do you have one of the necklaces with the two clips on either end that you could clip around a to-go cup and I could sort of rig around his neck like a horse with a feeding bag type scenario? And And me and the girl looked at each other like, what fucking ice cream shop did you work at? That these were ever options at all. And then the grandma came out and he was like, oh, gotta go. And he like ran back. Back to the shadow that he exists in. And I so wish that grandma had not emerged in that moment so I could have seen how batshit this was about to get. It's like, you don't have the horse feeding bag thing either? Okay, all right. How about this? You got one of them mesh sacks you can put 5 to 7 to-go pints into and then string around your torso like a bandolier from the Spanish-American War? You don't have that either? Huh. All right, how about some sprinkles in the shape of various U.S. Navy ships? We'll just be on our way. No? Well, then just have the kid come out from the back, sing as Jeremiah was a bullfrog, and we'll fucking go. I thought this was an ice cream shop. I thought this was an ice cream shop. And that's when I realized there's no fucking way this guy ever worked at an ice cream shop. He's just a weird old man who wants to talk to anybody. I could follow this dude around for days, and he would pull the same sad grift everywhere he went. I could see him the next day at a coffee shop. He just leans in. He's like, I used to work at a coffee shop too. Yeah, New Hampshire, 77. And back then, they didn't call us fancy baristas neither. We were the Cup of Joe boys, and we didn't take any shit. And let me ask you a question. You still do the promotion where if the customer rips off their shirt and you pour a scalding hot pot of coffee on their chest and they don't cry out in pain, it's free? Because I accept. I used to be an astronaut too. Yeah, International Space Station, 88. And let me tell you something, wasn't all kumbaya neither back then. If you saw a Ruski coming down the hallway, you ripped his helmet off and you shoved him out the exit hatch so his head would explode, because he'd do it to you if you had half the chance. January 6th. He's at the Capitol. I tried to overthrow the government once too. Yeah, Oregon, 91. And back then we weren't taking selfies at Nancy Pelosi's desk. We were writing manifestos and we were blowing up post offices. Now let's hang Mike Pence. You guys call your grandpas. If you're not talking to them, Fox News is, and it's getting pretty weird. It's getting pretty weird. The best part of my day, my favorite part of every day, is bath time. It's Dad's responsibility. I take it very seriously. We use the bathtub in our bedroom, and I put the boys on the bed. I go to our bathtub, I turn it on, strip off one layer of clothing, check the temperature, take the undies off, get the diapers off, go back, check the temperature one more time. The second I've turned my back on my 2 naked sons, I turn back around, and the 3-year-old is desperately scrambling to get his nuts on the 1-year-old's forehead. And his little golem legs are scrambling. He's like, must find proper nut on forehead position. Which is crazy. I've never taught them about teabagging. He doesn't know how the internet works. He's done no independent research whatsoever. Yet somehow, instinctually, he's like, must assert dominance over smallest tribe member. Through nuts firmly on forehead. I am superior. And I hate it. I hate it so much. So the other day I was like, you better cut that out. And my son goes, why? And the only thing I could think to say was, it's because you might have to borrow money from him someday. And my son goes, I thought you pay for everything. And I go, I do. But that's not always going to be the case. And he goes, why? Do you get poor because people stop laughing at your jokes? I was like, that's not what I was insinuating at all. But I mean, yeah, that is always kind of the fear, isn't it? People stop finding me funny, the whole gig's up, I can't afford for this lifestyle at all anymore. And he goes, why would people stop laughing at your jokes? And I go, I don't know. And he goes, do you think it's because they became a fan of you when you were one thing and then you just sort of morphed into this dad comedian? They didn't really sign on for that shit? I was like, Jesus Christ, dude. Nail on the goddamn head, yes. I never wanted to be one of these kids say the darndest thing comedians. But ever since I had you and your brother, it's like the only jokes I can write are about you too. And he's like, write what you know, right, Dad? And I'm like, fucking A, write what you know, exactly. And I love that this is what I know. I wouldn't want to know anything else. It is such an honor being your guys' father, but still I just worry my comedy's becoming a little bit one note. My son goes, Dad, your comedy couldn't be one note if you tried. I said, really? He goes, yeah. Look at the premise of this joke you're telling right now. You're carrying on a long conversation with a 3-year-old. You've lost half the audience at this point. And I was like, oh, at least half. And he's like, yeah, but that half that's sticking around, they're on your every word, man. They want to know how you're going to land this plane. I was like, I don't even know if I am going to land this plane. And he's like, that's what's thrilling about it. It's risque, it's provocative, it's intellectual, it's surreal. I was like, are you kidding me? That's exactly how popular comedy blog The Laugh Button described my last album. He's like, I know, I read every word. He goes, Dad, let me ask you a question. I said, shoot, little buddy, anything. He goes, what's the meaning of life? I was like, fuck. That's heavy. And honestly, I don't know if I know. I know my trick. You want to know my trick? He goes, Dad, I'd love to know your trick. I said, you find what makes you happy in life, and you go at it with everything you got. And you don't waste your time chasing after the bad stuff in the darkness. It'll find you if it was meant to, and it will devastate you. Do not waste your time going after that. You find what makes you happy, you find the light, and you go towards it as hard as you can, and you do not let the sadness of this world outweigh the beauty that is everywhere if you just try to look for it. And my son goes, Dad, that's fucking profound. He goes, Dad, you think your average comedy bro industrial complex comedian is giving their fans anything remotely that insightful? I was like, no, I really don't at all. But I see this toxic masculinity podcast circle jerk and they're selling out theaters. And I'm like, maybe I should say something edgy, put some butts in seats. And my son's like, don't you fucking dare. Don't you fucking dare, Dad. He goes, you keep doing what you're doing, you'll sell out theaters too, and even if you don't, at least you said something interesting the entire time. And I said, son, I'm just so glad we had this talk. And he said, me too, Papa, me too. And I said, you know what? You can keep your nuts on your brother's forehead for 2 more minutes. But then it's bath time, young man. I'm serious.
Things have been going all right for me. My wife and I, we had a new baby back in October. So, thank you. He's a big kid, 98 percentile in height and 98 percentile in weight. So I'm 100% sure he's not mine. No, I know he's mine because we had him through IVF, in vitro fertilization. If you don't know what that is, that's when a doctor takes a fertilized egg and puts it inside you. And the first few times it did not work. And finally I was like, can you please do it to my wife? People are always curious, so I'll tell you guys, $50,000. That's how much IVF costs to have our son. And I love my son. But I also would love $50,000. He's gonna be my size, that's what they tell me. They tell me he's gonna level out. He's gonna be exactly like me. And I'll be honest, for $50,000, I expected more for my money. I think I got scammed. All my friends are comedians. When I told them I was having a baby, they're like, you're so lucky. You're gonna get so much material from your baby. And every morning when he wakes up, I'm like, what do you got for me? But it's always shit. He actually just started saying dada. Yeah, incredible. It's incredible hearing that word. Melts my heart. But everything's dada to him. A cup is dada. The sky, dada. I'm like, who's your favorite comedian? He's like, Sebastian Maniscalco. As a guy, we do nothing during the birth. All my wife wanted from me was just to be there. That's all she asked. And the hospital did this for me. They gave me the option of where I could sit. They're like, do you want to sit by your wife's head where you get a pretty good view of the baby coming out? Or do you want to sit by your wife's feet where you get a great view? I'm like, I want to sit in the waiting room. But I couldn't pick that. So I was like, all right, I'll go by her head. Next thing they did, they pulled in a stool for me to sit on. The stool had no back to it. And I sat on that stool for 8 hours while my wife was in labor. And I wanted to tell her how uncomfortable I was. But she was busy. We also have a 3-year-old. And I tell you, it's been a difficult adjustment for him. Because before, he used to get all of our attention. But now we have a new baby who we love way more than what's-his-face. Yeah, he was born during a very interesting time in this country. He was born during a very interesting time in this country. He was born on June 3rd, 2020, the height of Black Lives Matter. Yeah. A lot of racial tension was going on this time. A lot of civil unrest was happening. And while that was all happening, I was in the delivery room. And all I could think was that if he comes out black, which would mean my wife cheated on me, I'm gonna have to act happy about it. I can't be upset, that'd be racist. So I was prepared in case. I'm like, all right, the doctor's gonna hand him to me. He's gonna know what went down. He's gonna be like, geez, this is not what you were expecting. And I was gonna be like, this is better than I was expecting. I can't wait to bring home little LeBron Vider. Trying to teach him stuff, trying to teach him colors. I wanted to be fun with it, so I was like, I'll do it with M&Ms. You know, he gets it right, he gets to eat one. I showed him a red M&M. I'm like, what color is that? He's like, yellow. I go, that's not good. I showed him a blue M&M. I'm like, what color is that? He's like, green. This went on and on. He didn't get any right. Still gave him some M&Ms, though. I tell my wife, and she goes, I hope he's not colorblind. I'm like, let's hope he is colorblind. Because if not, we've got ourselves an idiot. You're told to cherish these times with your kids because it goes by fast. They grow up so fast, and they really do. And now as a parent, I see it. Both my boys already have hair in their balls. Yeah. I mean, I drew them on, but still. I was with them the other day, and I'm pushing the stroller along with the baby in it, and my 3-year-old, he's riding his tricycle. And coming towards us, walking in the opposite direction, was this woman. She was walking her pit bull, and her pit bull had on a tie. And I see them coming, so I just move my sons a little bit over, and this woman yells out, what's your problem? Can't you see? He's a friendly pit bull. He has on a tie. I'm like, yeah, lady, I see that, but I'm not going to take that chance. You know? How would I explain that to my wife if our kids were mauled by that dog? Honey, I'm so sorry. I thought he was on his way to a business meeting. He was dressed for success, so... My wife would have seen that pit bull coming a mile away. Maternal instincts. You know, mothers are truly incredible. She's on top of everything before it's ever a problem. She told me this. She's like, I got this app. I want to be ready when our boys start using a computer. I'm like, they're 9 months old and 3 years old. Do we need this? She's like, we need this. She's like, this app will let us know any website they visit, even if they delete something in their search history. I'm like, do we need this? She pushes a button, up pops up a bunch of adult sites, recently visited on her home computer. And my wife was mad, very mad. And I was like, let me talk to them. These kids are disgusting.
Now, I grew up with 3 older brothers. We all wrestled or fought my dad at least once growing up. Anybody in here wrestle or fight their dad? How old were you, man? How old? 12? Not a lot of muscle tone on a 12-year-old. 12, huh? How'd that go for you? Yeah. You know what you learn early on as a young man? Is that your dad takes it way more seriously than you do. You right? Because you're like, I'm gonna mess with the old man, huh? And he's like, you're like, what the fuck? Yeah, man. Listen, by the way, I asked some dude last week, I go, how old were you when you fought your dad? He goes, 30. I was like, holy shit. That's just beating up an old man at that point in time, right? But you know what he said? He goes, yeah, well, it's the first time I thought I had a shot, so... And I'm not mad at him. You go in when you think you got your shot, you know? But I remember when my oldest brother, the first time he decided he was gonna fight my dad, right? So me and my other 2 brothers are in my room. We're all under the age of 10. I'm probably like 6. My oldest brother's probably like 16. And he walks into the room super serious, right? He walks in, he's like... I'm fighting Dad today. And I'm 6. I'm like... You fighting Dad? That's right, I'm fighting Dad. You guys got my back? And we were all like... Fuck yeah, we got your back! We got your back! You guys ready for some new rules? I'm like, yeah, I want some new rules! He goes, what do you want? I'm like, I want to eat cereal for dinner. He's like, you got it. I'm like, fuck that guy, yeah! Oh, he was riling us up. God, I thought there was going to be a regime change, everybody. I needed to be on the right side of that shit, you know? He had us riled up. I was grabbing pictures of my dad off the wall, like... We're downstairs following him. He's like, you guys ready? They're like, yeah, we're ready. You guys got my back? We got your back. We get outside. My dad's in the patio, and he's smoking a cigar, just sitting down. My brother walks out, and he goes, we're fighting today, old man. My dad stands up, and he goes, okay. Now, hindsight being what it is, my dad's confidence should have been a bit of a red flag for my brother. Dude didn't even take the cigar out of his fucking mouth. He knew he wasn't getting hit. You know what I mean? Like, if you go to a fight and one of the guys has a cigar in his mouth, that's the fucking winner. That guy is like, I am confident as shit. So my brother goes, and let me tell you something. And before he could get another word out of his fucking mouth, my dad kicked him in the nuts so hard. And he fell on the ground, right? And my dad walks up to him and goes, you know you shouldn't talk when you fight, right? And walked in the house like a fucking gangster. And we all walked past him like, yeah, you shouldn't talk when you fight. Bing, bing, bing. Well, I'm not hanging outside with the loser. I'm going inside with the winner. Like, I'm not stupid, you know? But he did try to fight me. So I'm walking into the kitchen. He's walking out. And he leans his shoulder into me. And I go, did you just lean your shoulder into me? And he goes, maybe you should watch where you're going. And I started to laugh. I go, I'm sorry. Are you starting to fight with me? And he goes, yeah, not that it's going to be much of a fight. And I was like, all right, man, front lawn right now, let's go. And he goes, no, not now, like 3 weeks. I'm like, 3? Who are you, fucking Rocky? What do you mean 3 weeks? You gotta go turn some tires over and shit? Like what? He goes, I gotta go look up some videos online. I'm like, oh, okay. Now listen, outwardly, when he said 3 weeks, I was mocking him. But on the inside, when he said 3 weeks, I was like, phew. Because I'm at an age where I pull muscles. And I pull muscles doing shit that I shouldn't pull a muscle doing. Like, not too long ago, I pulled a muscle in my right shoulder. Wiping my ass. I went back too quick and I didn't tuck my core. It's all core nowadays. I don't fucking know. But I went back too quick and all my wife heard when she walked by the door was, oh no! Guys, listen, guys, if I get a stretch before I shit, you can kill me tonight. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you walk into the bathroom later and I'm like this and you're like, what are you doing, man? I'm getting ready to poop. Like, you can, I don't need to come out of the bathroom. You can kill me in there. Now, here's the deal. By the way, you couldn't do what my dad did now. This is definitely something that you could not get away with now. We have raised a different generation of kids. You guys know that, right? We have raised a generation of spoiled, entitled pussies. You understand that, right? Now, we can clap all you want, but you know whose fault it is? Yeah, they didn't raise themselves, guys. It's our fault. And we've coddled them to the point that it's ridiculous. Do you know that in a lot of states in our great country, they've outlawed dodgeball? Do you know why? Because they say it humiliates the children. Round of applause. By the way, that's ironically why we played the fucking game to begin with. Right? I was like, who are we making cry today, right? Round of applause, people who remember playing dodgeball. Round of applause. Right. And if I said after the show, we're going to clear out the tables and play some dodgeball, who would play some dodgeball? Yeah! Because we all have that shared experience, right? Everybody in here remembers what that red rubber tastes like on your lips, right? And your eyes are watering, your nose starts to run, you try to get off the court. 9 other balls hit you, and you're like, I'm out already! Shit, fuck, I am out! They'll never have that experience, will they? So I call my dad on the phone, because I know my son wants to fight me. I call him on the phone. I'm like, hey, man, we all fought you, right? He goes, yeah. And I said, I seem to remember you being a little more violent than you needed to be. And he said, no, yeah, you remember correctly. And I said, why? Why? And he goes, listen, man, he wants to win, right? I said, yeah. He said, you have to win. You have to win. Because if you don't win, the power changes at your house. And then you try telling him to take out the trash tomorrow. He's gonna slap you in the face and be like, you take the trash out, bitch. Don't make me fuck you up again. And I was like, oh my God. He said, this is how. And then he said something, by the way, that I will never forget. I go, I have to win? He said, Josh, even if somebody ends up calling the police, you have to win. And I was like, oh, shit. Now listen, I'm not a violent dude. My dad was more adept at that. And now I did have 3 older brothers, so I am really good at mental torture. So I was like, that's kind of where I'll lean on. So I hang up the phone, and I turn around, and my wife is there. And she looks right at me. She goes, are you fighting Jacob? And I said, no. I'm not going to fight him. It's going to be something, we're going to do something in the front lawn, but it's not going to be like a fight. And she said, why don't you just tell him that you're the grown-up and he's the kid, and that's it. He does what you say. And I'm like, nah. I said, that's not going to work. And she said, why? I said, I'm not sure if you were there, but he basically slapped me in the face with his dick in the kitchen. Like, there's only one response. She goes, I don't like it. I said, I'm not saying it's the right response. I'm just saying it's the only one that I know, do you know? And she said, I don't think this is a good idea. And then I maybe got a little too cocky. And I said, I'll let you know when I have a bad idea. And she was like, oh, okay. You're gonna let me know? And I said, yeah. And she goes, oh, okay. Now listen, you don't have these problems with daughters. Like, I don't have that problem with my daughter doesn't challenge me to a fight. The only problem I ever had with my daughter is that she's been smarter than me since she was 6. And like half the time when we're sitting in our living room, I didn't understand a word that was coming out of her mouth. Like we'd be in my living room, I'd be like, what's up, baby? She's like, oh my God, daddy. 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 It's like having a fucking dolphin in my living room, right? She tells me everything too. She came home one day and she was like, oh my God, daddy, I have to tell you something so important. Oh my God, daddy. Okay, daddy. Oh my God, daddy. Okay, daddy. Oh my God, daddy. Okay, daddy. Oh my God, 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 daddy. Okay, daddy. Oh my God, daddy. Chris tried to kiss me. And I was like, oh my God. I said, what happened, babe? And she said, oh my God, daddy. I told him I wasn't sure if I was allowed to do that. I had to go home and ask my daddy. And I said, you know what, babe? Thank you very much for asking. Look, I know you're a teenager and your hormones are running crazy and you don't know what to do, you know? It's hard time, you know? And the hormones are up and they're down. And look, I know it's a hard time and I'm not going to tell you what to do and what not to do because I don't think that's my job as your father. My job as your father is just to tell you what I know. And what I know is that God doesn't let little hookers into heaven. Do whatever you want to do with that information, babe. Oh my God, daddy. I don't know what to tell her, guys. She's hanging around teenage boys. Teenage boys are the single biggest predator that walked this planet Earth. They're not in control of what's happening here. It's not their fault. Any man, any guy in here will tell you things used to pop up all the time for no apparent reason, and it was confusing to us. I remember sitting in math class and the teacher always thought I was cheating. I was just checking to see if anybody else was hard. I'm like, what the? Guess nobody likes geometry as much as I do. And I remember one time, teacher was like, Mr. Wolf, you can leave. Math class is over. No, I can't. Picked a bad day to wear sweatpants is all I'm gonna tell you. Me and the chick who just got her period for the first time, we're gonna hang out here for a little while. You don't mind it? A terrible age that was.
I'm a mom, and it's not easy. Because you gotta follow them. You gotta follow them. You gotta feed them every day, you know? It's just like, ugh. You have to eat again? Like, what is up with that? But it's cool. I like being a mom, I guess. You know, it's kind of tiring. It's just like, ugh. They wear you down, you know? When I first had the baby, someone was holding the baby, and I'm like, is that the baby? Oh, I don't like it. I didn't realize it was my baby for a second. And then you start to like it, and then after a while, it's like, okay, I love you, I would die for you, you know? Are you happy? It's like, ugh. My son just turned 13, my son, Don, turned 13. And I threw him a party at Dave & Buster's. You guys are impressed. Yeah. Because you know I gotta buy every kid the game card. You wish I was your mom, don't you? But it's cool when they're 13 because you can just, they don't want to be around you and you don't want to be around them. You know, you don't have to monitor them. You can. You can until they're 54. But you don't have to. Starting at about 13, they don't really want you around. That's very beyond codependent. That's like, we have a problem. Rosemont, we have a problem. No, you can follow them. You know, there's no rules in parenting, certainly. But I left them alone at the party, and then I had a little me time. You know, I just did a quick bump of cocaine and played that extra large Ms. Pac-Man. You know? My son comes by an hour later. He's like, Mom, you're really good at that. I'm like, yeah, I am. It's called a real video game, son. You ever seen a yellow dot eat other yellow dots? Fuck Fortnite. Then it was his birthday, so I wanted to tell him the story of his birth. We drove past the hospital. I said, son, that's the emergency room. I was wheeled in. My water never broke. my heart rate dropped, your heart rate dropped, everybody was worried. He goes, nah. I said, no, they thought I could die. He goes, nah. I was just chilling. Oh, you were just chilling in mommy's uterus. Got it, because I thought you were trying to kill me. I'm gonna use that later when he's in college. You know, how you doing with your roommates? You guys chilling? Yeah, you comfortable? Are you as comfortable as you were in mommy's uterus? Would that make you chillin' a little bit more? You want me to bring that thing over there? You can hang out, put a beanbag, a lava lamp, do your homework up in there. I'll bring it over there, son, if that's what makes you comfortable in this world. Yeah, my water never broke. He started going back up in me. He's like, hell no. He's smart. He gets it. I'm not gonna go out in this world, you know? Oh, I ended up having an emergency C-section. Open the moonroof, baby comes out. And I should have known, you know? I don't know what I was thinking. Like, of course it was gonna end up like that because my son's a genius, right? He's gonna be a genius. That's a big skull. It's a big brain to hold his big brain. And then my pelvis, the birth canal, I have a tight pussy, so that's a recipe for disaster, you know? His big skull, my tight pussy, ba-banga, ba-banga, like, ugh. What was I thinking? It's like I forgot. Just walk around everyday life like all modest, like forgetting it. I should be using that to my advantage, you know? They're like, we're boarding military, diamond elite. Tight pussy coming through. Make way. 15 items or less. I know I have 16 items, but I do have a tight pussy. Can that... Obviously, that was a joke for shock value, you know? Like, you didn't think I was gonna say it, and then I say it, because I don't believe, like, it's very patriarchal. Who's that for? I mean, I do have a tight pussy, but I'm just saying, like, it's very porny, you know? It's like, fuck me. Like, I'm not about that. I'm all, like, give it up for the loose pussies is what I'm saying. All kinds of pussies. Give it up for the Chicago adjacent pussies. Give it up for the green water on St. Patrick's Day pussies. Give it up for that deep dish pussy. What's up? You know, because that's a magical thing. If a baby can come through there. Also, you have a loose pussy. You're just, you know, you can hold things up there. Like, oh yeah, I can hold your keys. Yeah, no problem. Oh, you need a bottle of water? Got you. There you go. You like room temp, right? Body temp, okay. You need a Kleenex? Got you. It's a little bit damp already. Okay, that, you know, too much, but is it? I don't know. All women comedians talk about is there... Yeah, listen, okay? Listen to it. It's important. It gives life, okay? It gives life. So, let's see. He's 13, middle school. His first year of middle school was during the pandemic. So he had to do, you guys had the pandemic here, right? Yeah. Total lockdown. Like, he had to go to Zoom school. So he just woke up in bed, right on his laptop, and then gaming for lunch, YouTube for dinner, TikTok put him to bed. But we're close. We have heart-to-hearts. I just log on to TikTok Live, and I wait for him to log on. I love you. He's like, Mom. I'm like, come on, we both need the numbers. I love you. But what's kind of weird about a Zoom year and him starting a new school, starting middle school, I didn't know who he was talking to. He's just in there. Everything's online, right? He did not leave his room. I was like, this is the best time I've ever had being a mom. This is incredible. You know, I didn't know what to do. I would just knock on the, like, get some sunlight, stand by the window. Smashing peanut butter and jelly, putting it under the door. I don't know. Are you okay? This is great. But the bad thing about it is I didn't know his friends, and I'm trying to say that I snooped in his text chain on his cell phone. Don't judge me. I pay for that phone. But anybody have teens, preteens out there? By round of applause? You do? Did you snoop on their phone? All the time. You do?
All the time.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so those 13-year-olds are nasty AF. Am I right? I got on the what?
The girls.
How many girls do you have?
I got a boy.
Okay.
So the girls.
Yeah, okay, so they're all nasty, all genders of 13-year-olds. I get on that text chain, the guys are like, my cock and balls, like, you pulling numbers? Excuse me? What's up, G? What's up, cuh? You chasing that bag? Nah, that was sus. No cap. No cap, though. I'm like, what the hell is going on? They're talking like thugs. They're overly sexual. Like, are you guys running drugs? What's happening? This is crazy. Oh, and then one kid goes, hey, daddy. He called himself daddy, like, hey, I'm your daddy. And then another kid the next day was like, aye, poppy. Like, aye, poppy. I'm pretty sure you're all white kids that go to Catholic school. Like, there's no poppy on this text chain. What is happening? But it made me nervous, because I'm like, who are these kids? The first day of in-person school, my heart was beating. I thought, I'm gonna have to give it to little Brandon, he's gonna get a pop. When I see these thugs, criminals, we drive up in-person school. The first time I catch a glimpse of them in the flesh physically, they're all like, meh. Like all elbows and knees, just like awkward as shit. Like stuff's big that should be small. Stuff's small that should be bigger. Just like uncomfortable as shit in their bodies. Like they don't know what they're doing. I was like, whew, that is what middle school should be like. They're just accelerated with the thumbs and the language, right? They gotta like catch up to themselves. Every generation has its curse. Oh, and then I got a email from Pornhub. Excuse me? This guy, you don't know your Apple ID is my Apple ID? No, he didn't know because I got a second email from Pornhub. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I called him downstairs. I said, hey, were you and your friends trying to look at porn? No. I said, well, if you were to come across any porn, I just want you to know it's not like sex in real life. Okay, here's what my son Don says. He goes, I know, Mom. I also know that watching too much porn gives you brain damage. I said, who told you that? I saw it on TikTok. So thank you, TikTok, for parenting my child in a way I could have never imagined. Please don't let the government take our TikTok away. Oh, then I checked his TikTok. May I share with you what he changed his TikTok name to?
Please do.
He changed it to... So polite. He changed it to @BigYummyPenis. She goes, no. @BigYummyPenis. I mean, it's a good name. I'm surprised it wasn't taken yet. Because it wasn't @BigYummyPenis269, you know what I mean? It was straight up @BigYummyPenis. The first thing I thought was like, dude, how do you know? Who told you? Your sheets? What's up? Hey! You guys clapped for baby jizz? The joke's on me, though. The first time he asked me to do his bedding, I was like, oh, thought he was being responsible. I'm like, yeah, sure, I got... Oh, God. It's a little... too far. Too far. These are bodily functions, people. So, yeah, @BigYummyPenis. Obviously, I was not laughing at the time. I call him downstairs. I said, hey... I noticed you changed your TikTok name to @BigYummyPenis. Mom, my friends got my login and now TikTok locked me out and I can't get back in for 30 days. I said, I don't know if any of that's true, but I do know that your name's now @BigYummyPenis. Should we change your birth certificate? You want to start writing that in on your school papers? Which I thought was a pretty good mothering instinct. You know, like, let's go with it, son. Experience the shame on your own terms.
Go forth into the world, big yummy penis. Go for it. Let's see how you do. Because then I thought, you know how sometimes people are, drugs and alcohol, they're like addicts when they're young. And then by the time they're 18, they got to go sober. By the time he's 18, he's going to be like, please, it's just regular penis. I don't know if it's big and yummy. That's for you and I to discover together. I'm just looking for a stable woman I can trust. Later, when he thought I forgot about it, I wanted him to do a chore. I was like, hey, Big Yummy, can you come down here? These dishes aren't going to dry themselves. Hey, BYP, can you take this trash out?
During Pride weekend, when London was banged out with gay men on the tube system, I'm jumping on and off the tube doing gigs. I merged amongst them, comedian-like. In fact, so convincing was I thought, if I'm not careful here, I'm going to pull. And if I do, I'm going to need a backstory, aren't I? So I don't get accused of cultural appropriation by the gay community. And I thought, right, what sort of gay man do I want to be if I get the fucking chance? So I thought I'd be an older gay, obviously, there's no denying that, but I thought I'd live in Brighton, but have a little interior design business up in London. I thought I'd spend a lot of time at moaning about young gays. They don't know how fucking lucky they are compared to what we used to have to put up with in the 1970s. And I thought I'd still do a bit of MDMA at weekends. That's the sort of gay man I'm gonna be if I get the fucking chance. I'm actually the proud father of a gay son, and that has been an adventure and an education, but most of all, it's just been lovely, you know. And if I could share one thing that I've learned from bringing up a gay son that you might need to know, you never know, and I think it's the most important thing we all need to know, and that is that they are fucking expensive. Oy vey, expensive. I mean, my straight sons, as I now have to call them, obviously, you know what they're like. You give them a football, they fuck off, you never see them again for the rest of their life. Oh, not my gay son, it's fucking Wagamamas, Tate, modern tickets to Jersey Boys, Taylor Swift concerts, sewing machine. On and fucking on with this gay lifestyle. It is costing me a fortune. I should be retired, look at me. I'm having to do these gigs to keep him in the gay lifestyle that he's become accustomed to. I'm not even joking. Now, obviously, you can't always tell the sexuality of your kids. Who knows where people are going to end up? And there's so many options these days. But with him, there was a sign early on. This is how young he was. It was Christmas. We bought him a Bob the Builder set, okay? I'm watching him unwrap it. He's ignored all the tools. He's seen the yellow construction helmet. Put it on his head, started dancing. I rest my fucking case. In case you don't know, gay men are inescapably attracted to construction helmets. It's a scientific fact. They're hardwired for hard hats. I kept all the tools from the Bob the Builder set, however, just in case I have a lesbian daughter at some point in the future. Special moment with my gay son. He's always been very political about his sexuality, and he went on his first Pride March when he was very, very young. And you know what he did? It's so good. He came in to show me his outfit for Pride. It was a lovely moment, but it was also the moment where I looked at him and thought, you're never actually going to play for West Ham, are you? Hey, actually, it seems to me, though, if you're a football dad, it's not a gay son you want, is it? It's a gay daughter. The Lionesses, for fuck's sake. I mean, virtually all gay team. How incredible is that? I wish they'd changed the name, though. I'm not happy with the name, you know. Lionesses. I feel like we're living in a post-colonial world, and here we are still stealing stuff from Africa. Lions. I don't know if you know this, but they're not indigenous to England. I thought, why didn't they show some national pride and use an English animal, for fuck's sake? Weasels. The Weaselesses. I've done my research. They're tenacious. They're very fast over a short distance. They're very community-minded. They'd be brilliant. Listen, I went through every animal. I thought, just don't use beavers and he'll be okay. I used to worry that he might want to come out. Do you know that? Because I'm from a generation where gay people used to have to come out to force the issue. They've got a coming out story. The moment they told their parents they'd be gay, you know, and what happened, I thought, I hope he doesn't want to do this fucking shit, man. Well, I already know he's gay. I'd have to pretend. I wouldn't be convincing. I'd be rubbish. You know, all gay. Get out of the house. You know. Take your construction helmet collection with you. But now what I worry about if he comes out, he turns the tables on us. You know, Mum, Dad, I've got something to tell you. I'm straight. I'll be fucking devastated. I also think, rightfully, a little bit annoyed, actually. You know, you're fucking what? All that money I spent on you because I thought you were gay and now you want to be straight. No fucking way, mate. You are gay. You can come out, but you can't come in. All those hours I spent sitting in Wagamama's. You know I hate Wagamama's. I'm in there, barely able to afford to drink the free green tea because he's in there, ramening it up to the fucking max. But I still could be wrong. You can't always tell with kids, can you? He's only 11.
The other reason I grew a beard is because my 18-year-old son challenged me to a beard growing contest, and he lost because he is 18. You ever seen an 18-year-old's beard? Oh my God, they're so gross. It's like a daddy long leg who's just crawling out feet first. Like a whisker up here and a whisker over here. I have a grandmother that could beat this kid in a beard growing contest using only moles. I think my son challenged me to a beard growing contest because pubic hair grew in on other parts of his body, and that grew in full. Because that is how pubic hair works. Nobody has patchy pubes. Let me rephrase that. I don't think anybody has patchy pubes. Some of you shut down on that one. You're like, hey, buddy, right here. What are you doing out of the house? Just stay home and fix your dick mange or whatever. It's probably not called that, but that's what I'm gonna call it. I have never seen pubic hair on my son's body, but I have for sure seen it shaved off of his body onto my toilet seat. You know where my toilet seat is? That's in my bathroom. That's an easy one. Everyone should have got that. Do you know where my bathroom is? That is in my bedroom. So that means he walked through my bedroom, and he is not allowed in there because clothes go missing and pillows get moved, and I don't trust that. A crooked pillow is a mystery I don't want to solve. So that goes in the garbage immediately. I just picture him straddling my toilet, and I know he straddled it because there are only pubes on the back half of the toilet seat. If you have a better theory, I'll listen, but there isn't one. That's the only way, because I know he wasn't using painter's tape and shit to, like, straighten it out. Hold on, it's not even yet. Let me get a laser level. I got it. Just over my toilet. Fion, fion, fion. Like he's making a pair of Ugg boots. Right? Walking out of my bathroom like, fuck it, my dad will clean it up. I'm 18, I don't try. Or, you know, whatever kids say when you're not around. Now, the main problem I have with these pubes on the toilet is that during this story, my kids live with me Sunday to Wednesday. They live with their mother Wednesday to Sunday. And he shaved his pubes Wednesday before he went to school. That means he was not going to be home for 4 days. So I called his cell phone when he was at school to leave a message, but he answered because he is not a good student. And I said, hey man, found some pubes. And he said, where? Which leads me to believe found all the pubes. What do you mean, where? Why are there options to this conversation? Am I going to happen upon more pubes later this afternoon? Boy, I sure hope not, because I taught him how to prank, and I know he's real good at it. I haven't checked, but I bet you there are pubes in my sleeping bag right now. 'Cause that's a hard-ass burn. Nobody naps when they're camping. The first time you get in that bag, the food is in the tree and the fire is out, and you're like, oh, I can't wait to get some. Oh, those are pubes. You got me. So I said, hey man, why'd you shave the pubes at my house? And he goes, because mom's not there to yell at me. And I said, that is the dumbest answer I've ever heard. So get back here after school and clean these up. And he said, I'm sorry, Father, but according to the custody agreement, I am at mother's now. And I know that was meant to make me mad, but it didn't. I was thrilled he used 2 3-syllable words in one sentence. Because I have watched him walk into a wall during the daytime. Natural sunlight guiding his way and just still, thunk. So I waited till Sunday, and he came to my house and said, hey man, come give me a hug. And he came to give me a hug like this, and when he did, I spun him around, and I put him in a full Nelson. And I walked him up the stairs, and I walked him into my bathroom, and I bent him over the toilet like I was rubbing a dog's nose in its own shit. Because the pubes were still there. They're not mine. I'm not cleaning those off. I walked downstairs in my own home for 4 straight days to use the bathroom because I am committed to parenting. So I have him bent over the toilet, and he starts making the weirdest noise. He started going like that. And I panicked a little bit because when he was 2, he had asthma. When he was 7, it went away because of a nebulizer. And I thought, oh my God, did I give my kid back asthma? But I didn't. Turns out he was just blowing pube dust to create a clean breathing area. Once I figured that out, I could not stop laughing. Because I had come to the realization my son is pubic hair waterboarding himself. And that hits the spot. I was laughing so hard, my grip loosened. He finally wiggles around and he goes, why are you doing this to me? I said, because your mom's not here to yell at me anymore either.
My daughters live with me out there, 22 and 19 now. That's how old the girls are now. We were together during the lockdown. Me and the 2 girls in a 2-bedroom apartment for the whole lockdown. Yeah, I wanted to get COVID. Like, don't get me wrong, I love my daughters, but you can only be called a boomer so many times in your own house, which is a little bit annoying. You know, they think they're so funny too. You know what boomer means, Dad? I'm like, yeah, I do. It means guy who pays all the frickin' bills. They're tough, those 2 daughters that live with me. We did a lot of research during COVID. That's what we did. We didn't even do research. We watched all the internet during COVID. Is what we did. We were online every day. We watched all the internet, all of it. A screen came up one day. Bing! You've watched all of the internet. Now go watch Tiger King. What it said. So, and notice we didn't. I said we didn't do research. I didn't say. I hate people that say I did research. Last night I did a lot of research on COVID. I mean, really? Did you, Clyde? During your break at Burger King, did you zip in a little research? We live in a society where people read half a website, maybe 2 TikTok videos, and think they did research. You have 4 minutes of information, like, I got it all figured out. I know exactly what's happening. I can answer all the questions. Those are internet experts. You know who hates internet experts? Real experts. No doctor likes WebMD. It's made every doctor appointment 3 times longer than it should be. You know, because somebody gets a cold, they stay up all night online doing research. They print a bunch of documents. They bring them with them to the doctor the next day. They walk in the door. I don't feel good. I'm pretty sure I know what it is. And then the doctor has to talk him through this. Like, I can't believe I got to do this again. All right, look, I know you don't feel well. There's a lot of bloating and swelling and discomfort. I understand that. But I promise you, sir, there's nothing wrong with your fallopian tubes right now. Men don't have fallopian tubes. That's the joke there, sir. Got it. Okay. Just looked at me for a second like... My daughters used to travel with me when they were little. I had them for the summer, so I'd bring them with me on trips. I'd bring them on a cruise ship for a while, every once in a while. We're on a cruise ship one time, and they're 10 and 8, and we had dinner at 6. We go back to the cabin. I have a show at 11, and I tell the girls, I go, hey, go to the little kid area. Have fun. Knock yourself out. Do whatever you want to do. Have a good time. I'm going to take a nap, set my phone. Do me a favor. Come back. Make sure I'm up in time for the show. And they go, okay, Dad. We run off. So I fall asleep, and I wake up to my oldest daughter shaking me in a panic. She's, Dad. I'm like, what? She goes, what time is your show? I go, it's at 11 o'clock. What time is it? She goes, it's 11:05. I go, no! I go, you had one job! So I get up, I'm free. I put on my shirt inside out, 2 different shoes. I'm running down the hallway, hyperventilating, bouncing off of walls. I'm freaking out, I'm checking, I'm running. And after a while, I can hear my oldest daughter yell after me and go, hey, Dad! We're kidding. We set all the clocks in the room ahead an hour. But I come back. I walk all the way down the hallway. It's not funny. That is not funny. You ever yell at your kids when you're half asleep? And your eyes go 2 different directions, you spit flying, you don't even care. It's not funny. That is not funny. I was mad at them 2 days. I didn't talk to them for 2 days on the ship. After the second day, I'm having lunch. My oldest daughter looks at me and goes, hey, Dad, it was a little bit funny, right? A little bit. A little bit funny. Right, and I cracked. I go, yes, fine. It was just a little bit funny. And she goes, oh, good, because we taped you on her phone, or you're hilarious. Look. You fell down twice. They're 22, 19. They're that's Generation Z. That's Z. They're the anxiety generation. These kids are freaked out about everything. Very on the edge, like they're walking on glass. Everything. You know why? It's the phones. So this is the first generation of kids that have grown up and spent their entire lives with a cell phone. They've had it their whole lives. They've been wired in since they were toddlers. They've had something. They've been connected. It's partially our fault. Some parents spend a lot of time with your kid going, go play on your phone. Go play on your phone. Go play on your phone. And they become older. You're like, why are you always on your phone? Why? It's tough, man. These kids are connected constantly. That's a lot. It's 24-hour peer pressure. Think about that pressure for a kid to go through. When I was a kid, you went to school. If you got beat up on the last day of school, you just went home and shook it off for the summer. Now you got to relive that beating every night on TikTok. You can't shake it. Like, this sucks. This is the worst ever. I can't. And if the video goes viral, you're screwed. You can't even move and reinvent yourself. Those days are gone. Some kid could screw up in Iowa, right, and move to Taiwan. 4 months later, being at Burger King, some kid he's never seen before. Hey, look, it's Booger Butt. Kid's like, this is the worst ever, man. I think we've lost control of a lot of our technology, man. We've lost complete control of the social media, all of it that's come out. You know what I mean? It's insane. I used to think the internet ruined us. I think we've ruined the internet. I do. It's an amazing tool. Think about it. When I was a kid, when I was 7, I didn't know anything about a kid from China who was 7. I don't know anything about. Now you can actually talk to a kid from China online. It's an amazing tool. Technology. It's smart. It is. It's an amazing thing that we have. And what do we do with it? We block people, cancel people, bully people, judge people, fight. People argue online on social media platforms, make fun of each other. So they'll argue about stuff. If there's nothing to argue about, they'll make up stuff. There's phrases they've just made up in the last few years I've never heard. I never heard love bombing when I was a kid growing up, or gaslighting, or crop dusting. I heard that last one. Mansplaining. I never heard mansplaining when I was. My youngest daughter looked at me a few weeks ago. She goes, "Hey, Dad, what's mansplaining?" So I look it up in the dictionary. I didn't want to, it's in Webster's dictionary. And it says mansplaining is when a man explains something in a derogatory or down-talking fashion. Like we're being mean, talking down. So I tell my daughter that, right? And I tell her that. She looks at me, okay. Did you just mansplaining to me? And I'm like, no, you fucking teenager, no. Every time a man explains something, it's not mansplaining. It's not gender specific. Sometimes things just need to be explained. Sometimes you just need to know the information. And be careful throwing around the mansplaining card, ladies. You say that too much until you're stop mansplaining. Maybe one day your man will stop splaining in a situation where maybe he shouldn't. Like, let's say, here's a hypothetical situation. Let's say two people are camping and there's a fire. There's a man and a woman, and the fire starts to go out. And the man goes, wow, the fire is going out. Maybe we should freshen it up. And she goes, okay, and goes back to the car and comes back with a huge can of gasoline and goes to pour it directly on the fire. And the man very politely goes, I don't think it's a good idea to pour gasoline on an open fire. Right, and she goes, don't mansplain fire to me. I think I know how this is going to get. So he doesn't. He does nothing. He runs away. He runs away. But now she's made her point. She pours the gasoline, and now someone is mansplaining skin grafts to her in a hospital somewhere. Lost control of the words. This is why the AI technology scares me so much. It really freaks me out, all the AI stuff. Not because I think it's going to take over the world. I think it's because we're going to lose control of it. You know what I mean? It's already here. We already use it. It's on all kinds of games. Now it's fun. Let's say you play chess, you play video games. Now right now it's like, let's play a game. It's a lot of fun. But eventually that's going to turn into, would you like to play a game? And it's here. If you have a bank account or if you have loan docs or something like that, a lot of times you go into your accounts financially online, you have to answer a bunch of questions to prove your identity. In the past, these are questions that you've always provided, like your mother's maiden name, the city you were born in, stuff like that. But now AI digs into your past, and they find questions with answers that you don't even remember. I mean, there's stuff, they dig so deep I can feel it in my colon. I mean, I don't know. It's things like, what is your brother's, sister's, teacher's, pet's, cat's name? I go, I don't know that. What was your 7th grade teacher wearing during the science fair in 1977 in your first wet dream? When did that? I can't answer all those questions. Also, I'll be honest with you, I don't know if it's the age, the booze, or all the drugs I did when I was younger, but I have forgotten some stuff. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I have forgotten. I've forgotten some names, some places, 1993. You know, I don't want to be online trying to access my loan docs and getting questions like wrong. And the FBI kicks on my door like, are you trying to steal an identity in here? I'm like, no, I'm an idiot. Stupid. Here's the hardest thing, or the most difficult thing about AI technology, I think, is it's brilliant. It has an answer all the time. It's got an answer for everything. The problem is sometimes a question has no answer. In order to answer a question properly, you need to think. In order to think, you need empathy and understanding. Some questions have a human nature to them, and there's not an answer to it. Like, let's take your first breakup. Remember when you're a teen? That's a devastating moment. Your very first heartbreak. It hurts. Everybody remembers that first one. It's brutal. There's nothing, the only thing worse than that, all you think during that time is just, I want to die. I want to die. I wish I could die. And that pain hurts. The only pain worse than that is when you have a child, they go through that pain. Because you can't take it away. And you can't give them a speech. You can't go, there's a lot of birds in the sea and fish in the sky. None of that works. But your child is suffering and in pain, and they're looking at you going, I just want to die. And you just got to go, I know. I'm sorry. It's going to happen again, probably. You go to AI technology with that question, I want to die, and the computer is like, there are several ways to kill yourself right now.